Hello. There's 31 people there. So, hey, Anne-Marie, can you do me a favor? Because I can see you're typing there. Nice. Okay. Okay, so you guys can hear me now. Okay, cool. All right, nice. Okay, I'm gonna let the natives in. Just had to log into the I just had to talk to Zoom. Sorry, I was on the phone with them for a while. So everything's all set now. As long as you guys can hear me, I'm set up on my phone. So it should be if this cuts out though. When we do the meditation, I'll call in. Wait, no, hold on. If this cuts out, will I still be logged in? Well,
if
let's try.
on your phone, you won't be, right?
Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Hello?
I can still hear you.
Nice.
Right.
Okay, good. So that means that even if the computer shuts down, this will still be good. And I've got the thing hooked up to the computer, so I'm the only one logged in as me, and no one can log in and mute it. There were several like login attempts at the time that it muted that day. I just got a phone with Zoom, so I'm thinking that I may have done it since I was logging in as me twice. So here we go. Yeah, and then kick everyone out of my office. Oops. What's going on here? Great, now I'm logged in twice. Show her this, and she'll be scared me. I'm like, dude, it's not about that. She's 2. Like, yeah. Don't try and make the 2-year-old feel sorry for you. I was like I'm like severely irritated. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mute this. Now I'm unmuted. All right, so name, birthday, and your guys' town, just kind of create that field. Just type that on there. If you can't type it on there, I'm sure they can't. Yeah, they can. There's 64 comments on here. So you guys should be able to hear me now. They keep saying we can't hear you. Okay, cool. Okay, good. All right, yeah, so just your name, your birthday, and that's what everyone else is doing here. The town, not the town you live in, but the town you're from is what we're going to create the field with tonight, and I'll explain why when we get there.
Yeah. And I'm Kate from Virgo, and I'm originally from Syracuse, New York. I did not know that.
My eyes are opening. Reasons.
I'm Jessica, and originally from New York. I like really grew up in Miami.
Huh.
And Aries.
Cool. Perfect. Aries what?
Aries and a dog.
Aries dog. Awesome. Good. Cool.
I was born in Kansas. I probably came from the New York, Kansas. And I'm a Libra and 61. I don't know what animal that makes me.
That's an ox. Yeah. Oh, very cool. Marlo would be having ox pride right now. She'd be like, yeah! If you like hear like this huge like whoop come from like the back of the classroom when Marlo's here and there's another ox, she gets very excited. All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you. And you said Kansas? Awesome. That's so cool. All right, I don't know. I get so excited about that, but I'm like, oh, a farm in Kansas. That's awesome. All right, next.
Leo,
Two oxes in a row. You're from Japan? I did not know that. I mean, I knew that you were like, you know, Japanese or something like that, but I didn't know that you were like,
born and raised.
like a real one. Yeah, okay. Military dad then, huh? Okay, got it. Oh, really? Wow, cool, cool. Next.
I'm Melissa, and I'm Aries Force, and originally from Bush.
Wow, total local, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like majorly local. Awesome. Very cool, very cool. Welcome.
I'm Amanda, and I'm Force.
You're Amanda? What's your last name? Okay, all right, cool. Well, no, I hear names like before class and stuff like that, and I'll like hear like little messages, but like I didn't take you for an Amanda. I mean, you're here every week, but I know everyone's signs and not their names, so I'm like right now I'm like, oh, there's not very many people here tonight, so we get to introduce ourselves. I like it. Yeah. All right, welcome. Where'd you say you're from?
Orange County, I was born in
Oh, okay. All right, another local, pretty much. Yeah. All right, welcome.
Virgo, Rat, and Orange County.
Orange County as well. All right. Why don't we just go back to there?
Tina, Aries, Jackson.
Oh, cool. There's a lot of Aries here, huh? Yeah, Aries. Wow, interesting. Cool. Oh, awesome. New Jersey. Oh, wait, hold on. No. She gets mad if I say New Jersey because she's not from New Jersey. Isabel. Long Island. Sorry. Totally different. I'm like, you're from New Jersey, right? She's like, no. Yeah. Oh, okay, of course. And now I'm like, yeah, New Jersey. She's like, no. Sorry. The fairies are messing with my head. It's their fault. Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, welcome. Is the chair comfy? Okay, good. Yeah, nice and comfy. Yeah, those back jacks can be a pain, but if you guys ever want to bring like a lawn chair or like something that like Marla brings her, like, well, she had hemorrhoids for a while, TMI, but you know, have to fit the backdrop of why. So she was like dealing with some root chakra stuff, and like she couldn't sit for like any longer than like 10 minutes, so she had to organize the class. Janice wasn't coming or something like that, so Marla was the Janice, and I was like, I can't do this by myself, so she'd come and she'd bring a donut and like but then it turned into a lawn chair, which was actually extremely comfortable. So if you guys want to bring something like that, you're more than welcome. Huh? Yeah, I know, right? Let's go Janice, and then we'll loop around to you two and back, and then you guys right there.
And I was also born in Orange.
Really? I didn't know that either. I'm learning so much.
I grew up in Riverside, though.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm originally in Orange County.
All right. Snob. Just kidding. You're from Orange County, so you don't care what I say. Cool. Nick. Oh, yeah. Okay. Script. Cool. Cool. Welcome. I'm glad you're here.
And Kelly in Beach.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Wait, but Aquarius isn't that the beginning of the year? So you might be the year of the pig, right? Because what day is your day? Oh, that's far enough. Yeah, it's probably, it's further out. But I'd be interested to have you look it up, but Janice is like, I got this. One girl that was coming to class forever, we thought she was a dog, and like literally she turned into a different person right in front of my eyes when I realized she was a rooster. And I was like, a rooster? Like it's like she totally shifted for me because she was born like on the day that it switched. And she had like an identity crisis for like a good month. And now she's a very proud rooster. Right? Cool. Well, welcome. Right there. And then you. Yeah.
I'm Hillary. I'm from San Diego, and then I'm married. So I was born in 1992, so I'm not sure.
92, 80. That's a monkey, right? Yeah, it's a monkey.
Okay.
Monkey. I always tell monkeys. Monkeys are so psychic, but you guys are so mental. Like not mental, like crazy, but well, sometimes. But but monkeys are so freaking like extremely psychic, and you guys are the hardest people to teach how to be psychic because you already are, but you like don't believe you are. So I spend like all my time going, you're like, no, you're right. Like the internal voice you've been hearing your entire life. So monkeys are like my like monkeys. It's like going to be so hard. Do you realize that you're intuitive and you hear the voice and all that voice?
I don't hear a voice, but I do feel intuitive. I feel like I second guess it all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, I mean, I think we all second guess it, but there's something about, the reason why I'm like thinking about monkeys more is because Madison's a monkey and then Jeff's best friend is a monkey, but like for some reason I'll get like, out of every like maybe 50 people that come to class, every once in a while, like a monkey will show up. I'm like, oh, monkey. That's not very often, you know? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's awesome. You believe in yourself enough to come to a meditation. Treat yourself to that. Oh, there you go. She dragged your ass here. Awesome. Okay. Oh, you're Lynn. I was talking to you on email. Sorry for my totally misspelled everything. Like I was leaving the house and I'm like, I gotta get back to her. And it was like all the words were misspelled and I was like, screw it, send. Where are you from? All right. And then what time are you? Virgo, what year? That's a rabbit. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Well, my name is Marissa, and I was born in Santa Barbara, but raised here in Encinitas. And I am a Cancer snake. So tonight's going to be really cool. I wanted to, let's see here. Everyone's like, yeah, monkey. Oh, Catherine, that's my friend. I always make fun of her. Well, she's finally trusting her intuition now, which is cool. Anyway, so tonight I wanted to kind of, we're going to do a grounding meditation real quick because I feel kind of crappy. Not crappy, but just kind of like all, And if I'm feeling, I have to hold space for one. So I'm like, okay, let's get me amped up, get everyone amped up, grounded, because there's just like funky energy kind of like around. Does anyone feel funky energy? Okay, fine. Let's get rid of this shit. Or crap, you're old enough for me to cuss in front of. I heard daughter, and I'm like, oh no, I can't say anything bad. And then it's like, wait, no, you're born. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, let's get rid of this weird energy. I just need to get. Please just be on the phone so we can play music. Yeah. So there's the astral plane. I want you guys to think of the astral plane as kind of like how do we think of this? Have you guys seen Inception? The movie Inception? You know, where they go and they just think of something and it appears. That's the astral plane, basically. Or like the Matrix, you know, and that, whatever one I can get to. Okay. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of stuff because I have my recorder. Oh, well, I'm over it. Oh, you know, it's just in there, along with the hidden candy. I've been eating candy. I'm like,
you know what? We need candy in a box. It's like what is it? Pulp Fiction. Yeah, let's get rid of this crappy energy. So there's basically like 12 planes within the astral plane. And those 12 planes are, I call it the 12-story building. So if you've done like my meditations before and I'm like, oh, the 12-story building, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually talking about the different layers of consciousness within the astral plane. The astral plane is also something that people call the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is where all of our like dream world is, the spirit world, it's our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings. When you walk into a building and you're like, ugh, there's like nasty energy in here, you're feeling the fourth dimension. But the reason why you're feeling the is because you're already like if you feel like good, you won't feel any of it. So, and I used to do the same thing up until maybe like a year and a half ago when the guys totally schooled me on it. I used to be like, oh my God, I attract everybody's negative energy because, you know, like I'm so positive. No, there's something within me that's that negative, and that's why it's attracting. So it's like connect the dots, you know, like a like attracts like. But if we don't consciously feel, you know, like bad or whatever, because we have defense mechanisms or whatever, we will feel like people are negative around us, and we'll start like taking it on, and we won't understand why, and we'll get irritated with people around us for being negative when really we wouldn't be feeling it unless we had something that was similar to it, you know. So feeling compassion rather than like, oh, that person has the worst energy and they keep barfing it up all over me. I used to always say that. Person has horrible energy. Me and Marla would be like, whose energy? Where is it from? Who gave it to us? So funny that I can't count the amount of stuff that I've learned from me and Marla, like being germaphobe, like energy phobes, and like germaphobes, and talking on the phone, and then the guys coming in and going, what we'd like to say. Because we're talking on the phone, they'd be like, you guys are wrong. They used to say that. I can't get this. Can you turn the Christopher Light Bar, Christina? Yeah. Thank y'all. Perfect. So I'm going to turn this off right now. There we go. Oh, that's much better for everyone online. It doesn't look like I'm coming out of the light. Okay, so close your eyes, and what we're going to do, it's a quick, easy way to kind of navigate your way through the astral plane, because whether we like it or not, we live in it. The fifth dimension would be what people call like the Christ consciousness, and how they're saying that the planet is shifting into the fifth dimension, basically how like the Bible said Christ is coming again. Rather than coming in the form of a man, it's coming in the form of a group, and we're all part of that group. If people are attracted to my classes, they're always part of that group. We've got the one person that the guys always say, except for the one, or something like during meditation. I think it's someone's baby. Perfect. This is weird. Perfect. Awesome. Your iPad's yelling at me. So one really easy way, and I tried doing it and I got yanked back down. I was like, damn. I was over there. I'm like, okay, lift up above, lift up above. What happens is the first floor of the astral plane would be what people would consider like hell. The second would be what people consider like purgatory. The third would be like your earthbound spirits, like here on earth. Fourth, like the in-between world. The fifth would be like heaven. The sixth would be like our kind of like our soul group, where like basically where our soul is. And then it goes up and up and up and up and up. So the higher your emotional or your conscious level is, the higher you're going to connect in the astral plane. Are you really in the celestial plane? If you're on the 7th floor over there, no, but it's kind of like a little portal to like, you know what I mean? It's like when you're in the building, say I go to the 5th floor, I'm going to connect with, when I open up energetically, to all of the things that are in like heaven. If I go up to the 4th floor and I think that I'm on the 5th, I'm probably going to see a lot of like, maybe like soul family members, or like just basically like spirits pretending to be guides. So, you know, has anyone ever seen a guide or felt a guide and then all of a sudden it was like not good? Like it just felt like kind of like funky or weird, or you're meditating and all of a sudden you get like a wave of like weirdness. It's usually because you're on kind of like that floor right there. Or the third would be more like, we're dealing with a lot of that tonight. That's why the energy feels funky, because the 3rd floor is where our council our soul council is with us through all the floors. So even, I did not know that. That was very interesting. So even if we end up, our spirit ends up, you know, down on the lower floors. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. That makes so much sense. Okay, anyways, okay. Be quiet, Martha. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to show them. Okay. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, just bring all of your attention and awareness to, I want you to imagine that it's right in front of you in a ball of light. So it's not in you. Just put all of your attention and awareness into a little ball or a big ball in front of you. And as you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, I want you to just feel like you're almost like pulling the little ball towards you, but it's not going to come into you until it's like safe to be inside your body. So you'll feel it like come a little bit towards you. As you breathe out, you're going to breathe out anything that isn't for your highest and best good. Anything that may agitate you, irritate you. Breathe out, and then as you breathe in again, breathing in nice, fresh, clean air. And then just breathe out that which does not serve you. And I'm going to go around and just kind of set space in everyone's field, make sure everyone's separate. There we go. And the guys taught me this basically to bring myself back into my body, because as healers, all of us, every single person right now is out of their body. So what happens is we leave our body when it gets uncomfortable. So by putting, half the people are out of their body at home, half, but everyone here is out of their body. We're like, ooh. So as you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you're breathing in nice, fresh, clean air. You can see it as light. You can see it or feel it as like an emotion, like compassion. Breathing in compassion and love. Breathing out anything that doesn't serve you. And that white ball or that whatever color ball of light that you're seeing in front of you represents your higher self. So by allowing it to come toward you and move away as much as it wants to, you're giving the power over to your higher self to basically step back into you. You're allowing your mind to stay out of it. Oh, good job. You can use your breath with intention, like as you breathe in light, breathe out work. Just kind of feel as the energy leaves, not judgment. And breathe in, breathe out spouse or kids or house or whatever. We're just going to go ahead and ask God, guides, light of all creation, any of the light streams that each of us are, the light beings. We ask that our highest selves step forward behind us, and that each individual's highest self is able to call in your own guides, your own teachers, your own counsel, to surround you and keep you in your own space, especially those at home. They're in their home, they're in their space. Sometimes something as small as seeing a comment that bugs you online can attach your energy to that person, and then you start taking on their energy. So that's that all the energies remain completely separate. Nothing's able to intermingle. There we go. Perfect. So if you haven't gone into your body, then it might be your mind saying that you can't, because everybody's kind of moving in now, merging in. So if you want, you can kind of just will the little ball in here. There you go. Perfect. And as you pull your attention and awareness into the center of your head, just now imagine or visualize that that ball of light is right in the inside of your head. We ask that each individual be infused with their real self and the light from source now. I'm sending energy down onto each person. There we go. Begin to drop down from your head, down through your throat, down into your heart, all the way through your heart, down through your solar plexus, and out of your root, and into the center of 5D Earth, fifth dimensional Earth. When you get to the center of the 5D Earth, using your breath, breathe in the unconditionally loving light of Mother Earth. Allow that light from the center of the earth to completely infuse you and the space around you. And just like we did up top, as you breathe in the light, and as you breathe out, you can breathe out with intention. So breathe out whatever is irritating you or upsetting you or frustrating you, just kind of release it to the earth, allow it to be transmuted into light, and it's gone. If you don't know what to release in your mind, you can just say, I ask my higher self to release the most important energies that are needed to be released. Just something very just casual like that. And by doing that, you're setting the intention and you'll start clearing out automatically. There we go. Good job. Wow, that was a lot of energy. Once the energy, you fill the space around you, this Mother Earth energy. The guides are sending in a platform of light. Platform of light is coming from beneath you, made of pure, hot, like laser hot, white light. If you were to look at it, it'd be like a flash of seeing your eyes. It's so bright. This light's going to come up from out of nowhere from beneath you and begin to lift you back up out of the center of the earth. And as it lifts you up, it keeps you protected. Anything that's not of 100% white light can't come near you because you're on this. I'm going to continue to allow this platform of light to bring you up through the earth, up to the top of the earth. And then up through the foundation of this building, up through your root, all the way up through your body again. And up to about 12 feet above you where your higher self resides. So, making sure everybody's connected. If you feel a little crooked, raise your hand so I can make sure that you're connected. I'm connected here on mine is through the work. I know everyone's connected on mine here too. I want you to just ask your higher self in a very casual way, just say, higher self, give me whatever I need right now. And you can even tell them, make it very clear what you're doing, or be obnoxious about it, or so I can feel it, so that I can sense it, so that I can know that you're with me. Prove it. So above you, your higher self light. May get brighter. May do nothing at all. But as your higher self begins to emit energies that you need, whether it be releasing anger, or guilt, or fear, or shame, or blame, or rejection, or reflection, it doesn't matter. We now ask Michael, Guide Christ Michael, we ask Source, light of all creation, oneness, to enter into each and every person's field and remove any implants, any vows, any commitments, any dark energies, any energies put into each individual's field by another, whether it be through intention or accident. We ask that those energies be released at this time and that those contracts be void forever. There we go. And as I step into this energy today, I say unto you that yes, now I can step into here. Before it was quite you, as you say. It did not feel good. But as we infuse each of your energies now with the violet ray, with the violet light, you'll begin to feel lighter. You'll begin to feel freer. What we'd like for you to do now is to continue to relax, and as your higher self begins to drop back down into your body, you'll bring your awareness back to this room. However, using your journal, what we'd like for you to do is to write down 5 questions that you have always had that you want answered. 5 questions. They can be about yourself, they can be about life, they can be about the universe. But as you do this, we'll be entering into and unto each of your mental body layers and releasing any energies that may be trapped within your mental body. So just imagine your higher self, big, huge ball of light dropping back down around you. So your higher self is around you. You're within your higher self like a snow globe. Saint Germain, King pretty. And all of your councils are also standing behind you. So in your mind, just say, I allow my council, my real council, because some of you had some kind of shady characters come in. I allow my real council to step in behind me. They have my permission. And then write down 5 questions that you've had. Like whether it be something like, what's my mission in life, or what's my purpose, to, I don't know, I can't think of anything else right now, my brain's numb. Write down those 5 questions that you had. And then Janice, after you write down your 5 questions, I'm going to have you pick. Do you have everybody numbered in here? Okay. And then online, I'm sure Isabel may have them numbered, or I can just go on online. So I'm going to pick one person. We're going to do a reading. But the councils are really interesting. If anybody still has any form of anxiety or any funky feeling around them, I want you to raise your hand in here and online and get to the bottom. It's a little funky energy. Maybe feel any sort of actually, you do? Okay, that's what I was doing. That's you do too? Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes. And
Anybody? Anyone raise their hand here? 5%. Okay, so anyone that raised their hand here, I want you to just, while everyone's writing their questions, just kind of close your eyes, and I want you to ask, where am I? Where am I? Melissa, where are you? Are you in your body or are you somewhere? You're in your heart? Okay. Okay. All right. Do you feel like you're in your body? Oh, Lynn, that's right. Do you feel like you're in your body? Okay. Right here in my heart. Okay. So what I want you to do is just ask in your mind, say, the anxiety or whatever it is that you're feeling, say, show me where the root is. In your mind, you're asking your mind to show you where the root is. Is it inside your body or is it outside of your body? I just got Lynn. Got it. Oh, now I see yours, Melissa. Where was yours, Melissa? You don't feel anything? Okay, yeah, because it was beneath you. Lynn, did you feel any sort of? Yeah, it was. I saw it was through your heart and down, and it was back behind you. So there's something behind you, someone trying to like communicate with you, I think. And since we're like astral planing tonight, like could be a spirit or something like that. They're trying to connect with you, and they're really anxious, like you're not going to get picked or something. So I think you're feeling that. Did you lose someone like recently, or no? It's probably just someone. Yeah. The online people. Let's see. Do you have people online? Did you feel the anxiety within you? Let me see. There's 5 people that raised their hands. Let me just see who raised their hands. There we go. Christine. Oh wait, I don't know. Okay, you guys have to raise your hand one more time. There, I lowered all the hands. There. It's kind of cool. You can like make people lower their hands. Okay, lower your hands, lower your hands. Okay, now raise your hands again. Okay. Julia, Anna. Yeah, everybody, it's interesting. The same energies are behind each person. So it's mediums, people that are kind of like more like medium-ish are feeling the energy. Is that kind of like that energy? Is it starting to go away? Mm-hmm. Yeah, is it starting to go away? Feels a little better? Okay, cool. Let me cut theirs. There we go. I bet Julia's. There we go. Okay. 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 Those people at home, you guys should be basically, if you ever feel that, you guys, and I'm going to draw a picture and I'll show you kind of guys, I'll show you guys what I'm kind of talking about through a picture, if I can even explain it. I'm like the worst drawer. I'm like, this stick figure. But when you get that choking feeling or that like heavy feeling on your chest, I finally figured out what it was. And it's like, it was like Eureka. I finally figured out what it was. So I figured out how to get rid of it too. But what you can do is you can use violet, I call it the violet laser beam, the violet energy, which is basically from your crown chakra because that's the color of the crown. You can use the violet energy basically from your crown to laser out any root of anything. I call it the violet laser beam. So if you ask where something is and you bring your attention and awareness to it, just the mere spotting of it should release it. Because if you are coming in with a high frequency, you know, like basically you're your God self. You brought your higher self in. And if you're like, okay, where's the root of this issue? Just by seeing it, it's like part of your attention goes there and goes and blows it up and gets rid of it. What keeps it there is us going, what is it? Who is it? Who's thinking about me? Whose energy? You know, we like we want to know what it is, or we immediately think of what it is, and then we start thinking about the thing that caused it. You know, like whether it's like a breakup or like we're worried about work or whatever. So we start thinking about it, and then once we think about it, we start creating it like over and over and over again, like on a little like feedback loop almost. So good. You guys are all clear now. Yeah, it's a little bit funky energy, but it's I like every once in a while doing classes that are very astral plane like centered, because I don't think there's anyone here in this class online or here in person that we don't have to deal with funky energy every day. And it's like, yeah, we can come to class and sit in all this like amazing energy, but like that doesn't give us the tools we need when somebody's like being like mean to us at work and we're like,
you know, we feel like our chest is constricting or our throat's closing in, or we just feel sick to our stomach. It doesn't give us those tools. So I like the violet energy. And another way to get rid of that feeling is I go into like my white room, basically. So I'll just say I'm in my white room. I call it creation room in the book, but I'm in my white room. So I just imagine a room is all white. And then in that white room, I just ask that it go up. So I say, take me up. And when I stop, I say, take me up further until you can't go up anymore. You kind of like take the room with you. Kind of, it's the elevator basically. Once you're all the way up, like one more time, I ask my higher self to take me further. And if you don't go further, that means you're up as high as you can go. And then say, show me where the root is, and wherever your attention goes, that's where it is. And then just say, show me what it looks like. And I imagine it always is a dark little, like a, not a cue ball, the black ball in pool. I always see it as like a black pool ball. So a black pool ball. And then I'll just say, okay, show me what it looks like. And then I imagine it out in front of me. And then I'll just say, higher self, send down whatever needs to be sent down in order to dissolve this. And when it gets dissolved, the act of observing that dissolve is the quantum healing, basically. And you're watching that black ball dissolve. You're giving it over to your higher self to send whatever energies are needed, whether it be Reiki or another modality, or, you know, colors or frequencies or sounds or whatever. But you're allowing your higher self to dissolve that away. And once it's dissolved away, it will literally like cut like thousands of cords out of your field, like cords and energies and everything, instead of having to go in and like cut one cord or cut one energy or whatever. By getting that root and taking it all the way up to the source of all creation, in essence, source of all of your creation, basically, and then witnessing it dissolving, it's going to dissolve it within your physical body, and it's going to take with it everything that it's connected to and all the people and everything. It's very, very, very powerful. I had somebody that was kind of tormenting me a few years ago that was a friend, and like I literally would choke every time like I talked to her. And so Saint Germain comes in, twirling his mustache, and I was like, he goes, I will get rid of this with the violet laser beam. So he calls it the violet laser beam, but it's basically what you're dissolving it with is the light from your crown chakra. That's the color that's in there. Janice, you want to pick one person?
Sure. Do you want to have somebody pick a number?
Sure. Kate, pick a number.
4.
Hmm?
4? 4. Lori Mayer.
It's funny, I heard Lori, and I'm like, Lori? And then they said, no, Kate. So I knew it was going to, that's funny. All right, so we're going to do a reading for Lori real quick, just to get things going, because all the guys are jumping around. So do you have a specific question that you want to ask the guys? She just says she doesn't have anything in particular in mind. All the people are like, like everyone's got all these questions. I told someone today, I said every time like we do readings, like whenever somebody gets picked, they never have a question. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So if you're ever wanting to like read anybody or do a reading on someone, one, I always call in that white platform of light. I do that for a reason. I basically imagine myself here. I do the breathing. I breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and I'm in my higher self ball, and I just allow to go into my mind. I allow my higher self to pull me into me. So I can make sure that basically by breathing, what I'm doing is I'm calling back all of my attention, my awareness. I'm centering all of my attention right there on that ball. And as I breathe in light, I'm kind of like clearing out my channel, clearing out all the meridians and the chakras and all that stuff in my body. And then the higher self kind of pulls you. And when I say you, I mean your consciousness, you know, your conscious awareness, which is God and source, basically. So pulling that into the center of my mind, and I always go down to the center of the earth. You always want to go down to the center of the earth, fill up with earth energy, and then I always go all the way back up through my body and then up to my highest self, which I usually find anywhere between 12 to like 60 feet above me, depending on, I guess, where I started or what chakra I'm on or something. So I go all the way up until I feel like I've connected with my higher self, and I'll be like, go a little further. And it's like, like if it's like, no, it means I've connected with my higher self. If I go further, it means that, you know, I wasn't all the way there yet. So I'll just go further, go further. And then once I feel like I've kind of like hit something, then I just kind of drop back down into my physical body. So I've now connected with the earth. I've grounded myself. I've pulled all of my attention and awareness into me. I've gone all the way through my body, kind of cleared out that channel, gone up to my higher self, and now I'm embodying my higher self. That's what, basically by doing that, you're kind of aligning yourself, connecting yourself. And I always call it my counsel. My counsel helps me do readings. So my counsel, if you close your eyes, guys, right now and just say, show me where my counsel is, or yeah, show me where my counsel is. I'm curious to see if you guys all feel it behind you, or if it's above you, or to the side, or what? Behind you? What do you feel, Kate? Above? I know I saw you above too. Like, a bunch of people have it above. Who's above? Above, above, above. Who's behind? Yeah, it must be what body we're in. Let me see. If I'm in my emotional body, where's my counsel? Yeah, you guys are in your emotional body. If I'm in my physical body, my counsel is, yeah. So we're like basically in our physical bodies, and the people that feel it above are more like in their emotional / astral body. So you guys are probably people that can like go out of body. You can astral travel, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, so cool. I have so many books on trying to learn how to astral travel, and I've just never been able to do it. I can astral project, though. That's about it. Okay, so Lori. So after I've done this and kind of aligned myself, so Kate, do me a favor, and both of the people or anyone that felt the counsel above you, say I am, and then your name, physical body, show me where my counsel is, and see if they're still above or if they're behind. And tell me which way it feels better. Whoa, those are some huge higher selves. Your higher self just walked in. She's like, dum, dum. She had her crown on crooked, and she went. She was knocked out of the way. And then hers is, yeah, hers is crooked too. Are you seeing that, Janice? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I always have to have my back up back there. But yeah, it was almost like your higher self kind of got pushed out of the way or something like that. Let me see. Do you feel more like yeah. So that's an awesome lesson that we just learned. So basically, if you're feeling a little kind of like weeble wobble or whatever, you can just say, I am your name's physical body. And I always do that. I'm Marissa. I am only Marissa, or I'm Marissa's physical body. And I'll be like, boom, like back into me. Because if we're hanging out of the car, we're getting all the stuff all over us. You know, we're hanging out and we're feeling all that stuff. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, okay. So my counsel's behind me. And I'm just basically I always basically just ask the counsel to give me information, or I'll say, I am my counsel. What am I seeing? So I'm going to go into my counsel. So I am my counsel. And you go into the heart and go back into them. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Lori, here we go. Nothing specific, you said? Okay, so she says whatever they feel she needs to know. So as we step into your field today, what is in front of you is a 17-year-old self, like a 17-year-old version of you. And she's screaming like, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. But she's like screaming. Were you like in sports or something like that? Like she seems like she's in a red and white outfit. So she's like in like either red shirts and red shirt and white shorts, or somewhat the other way, but it reminds me of like the bongo shorts. Oh, okay. She says, for the people at home, she says those are gym clothes when she was in high school. So yeah, so you're going, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here, and you're jumping up and down. So I'm asking her what it is she wants. She says, I just want attention. I just want attention. I just want attention. She says, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of attention. So I'm saying, yes, it does, because these inner child pieces of us will start causing issues in our life because they want attention. They don't care how we get it, whether it be negative or positive. So I'm basically going to send healing to her and ask that she be reabsorbed kind of back into your higher self. And with her, is taking a ton of cords, kind of what we talked about the other night, and we won't go into it, but a lot of like cords all right here. Can you feel a little bit of like you can feel, oh yeah, it's like releasing all that. There we go. And you have Abraham. It's not Abraham Hicks. It's a different Abraham. Oh, no, it's him, Melmoria. Says, I am Melmoria, and I am your guide, and I am here. I am here to bring to you tidings and joy. Oh, God. Tidings and joy, yes, 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 yes. And like roses fly at him, and he's like, yes, yes. We figured out that he must be like Merlin or something, because yeah, like funky like that, or funny like that. He says, as I step into your energy today, I bring into you joy, and I bring into you peace, and I bring into you the ability to see that within yourself. For many times when you look upon yourself, you see sad. You see that 14-year-old. You see that the pity that one has for oneself when they are a teenager. For you must admit that we all had pity for oneself when we were teenagers. For being a teenager is a very confusing time because we are changing between chakras. We are going between energy centers. So we are going from being our parents and our family to our own individual. And in becoming our own individual, we do not know who we want to be. So we just choose who we think is the best at that time. But then we change our mind. And when we change our mind, we are already glued into that person, so to speak. So then we don't know who we are. We're switching between what we like now, what we were before, and we really believe that we were what we wanted to be before. We cannot see ourselves any other way. So what we ask for each of you to do today is to bring all of your attention and awareness into the solar plexus. Lori, as you bring your attention and awareness into your solar plexus, what we'd like for you to do is ask yourself, how do I feel right here, right now? Do I feel good? Do I feel bad? Do I feel anxious? Do I feel happy? And then if you bring all your attention and awareness into your solar plexus, how do you feel kind of right there? So as we bring you into this area, what we say into you is this. By bringing your highest self from way up above you down into your physical existence each day, you will feel a shift and a change immediately. So what we'd like for you to do is to imagine, and we will assist, and each individual may do this as well. Ask that your higher self drop down a vehicle into your field, down into your solar plexus, so that you can get into it and allow your higher self to pull it up to wherever you need to go. It's for your highest and best good. So Lori, we will do this for you by dropping this ball from your higher self down into your field. We bring this into and unto and around your consciousness. And by doing this, there we go. We remove from you years and years and years and years of sadness. We release from you a divorce. We release from you a breakup. We release from you an obligation to be independent. And when one has an obligation to be independent, they're obligated to be independent. You may be independent, and that is grand. But when we have an obligation, it feels horrible to need someone or to want someone or to even be around someone. So we release this obligation from you at this time, and we pull you up, up, up into your crown. For the next 3 weeks, you'll begin to see shifts and changes within your financial situation. Your financial situation will begin to grow and expand. What we'd like for you to do is to begin to write each day for 32 minutes. Yes, this is a very long time. However, you will feel us come through your field. We are your council of 5. And we are the council of 5 that sit within your field at all times, every day. And we whisper within your ears. You can feel us from directly behind you. So when you write, sit down with your journal and just say, I am now my counsel. And then just sit and write a letter to yourself. As you write, you will be inspired, and you'll begin to see that a new purpose for life will be dawning within you, and it'll be brought about into your field, and this will bring great excitement, great joy, and there will be individuals stepping into your life that will begin to support this, or to be specific, and they will help you to begin to see what it is you will be doing for the next 7 years. We bless you. Cool. So it seems like a new project or something. So the exercise they gave us, you feel a little bit less, yeah. So what happens, guys, is when we feel kind of like that mucky, yucky feeling, it's because we have dropped down below our heart. So these guys, actually, you know, I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to do my little drawing. Okay, big. I don't want to swap you guys. Just like, where's my tripod? I'm like, I don't know. He's got like 4 of them, and I have them all here.
Did you record that so I can listen to it again?
It will likely be on Zoom. Yeah. I should have told you to record it. And I usually have my iPhone, and I usually record stuff that I don't. Yeah, maybe you can record something. You have your. Yeah. I want to hear that on that. That's kind of cool. So I think the biggest thing, I mean, it's great and all to be spiritual. It's fabulous to be spiritual, but if we can't get rid of like awful feelings, you know, there's really, I mean, like really, what's the point? Like you're trying to meditate, you're trying to feel good, you're trying to like do the right thing in your life, and you feel like crap all the time because you're taking on other people's energy because you have an inner child that wants attention and doesn't care how they get attention. You know, I've got like like I was sharing on the Sunday service or whatever the other day, or on the radio or somewhere, I've got a inner child that divides and conquers because I had two best friends that I was each of their best friends when they were fighting. So when they were fighting, I was like the center of attention for both of them. They both invited me to the parties. This is when I was like in 6th grade. So like my 2 best friends from like elementary school, you know, basically became best friends, and like I got left out. So I wouldn't have friends when they were getting along. So I caught myself literally causing nanny drama in my house, like you know, playing them against each other. But I caught myself before I even like, you know, like before it became something, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was because I asked the guys, I said, why am I doing this? And they said, it's because they have an overlap of 30 minutes when they're together. And I was like, what's that mean? It was like, because they could be talking crap about me. You know, they could be like going like, oh, Marissa's an idiot, or oh, she's so irresponsible, or oh, she's so this, or it's horrible working for her, or whatever. So it's like, well, I know I'll play them against each other so they don't talk and they don't respect what each other say, you know. So it's like, it's funny when we can begin to be really honest with like the crazy like stuff that we do, that we'd like be like, oh, that chick's psycho. Like if we saw someone doing it, when really we do it, you know. So I like working with like astral plane stuff here and there. We've been working with these really high energies for the last like 7 or 8 weeks because of the soul house thing. But I was really excited to do tonight because our guides are trying to give us messages 24/7. And when we're down here in the lower astral planes down here, they're coming through completely convoluted. Like we had an incident the other day at Reiki class where everyone was like, oh, like floating high. And then, you know, like the stupid computer cut out, of course, so it got all muted. So the online people were frustrated. So like their frustration, what happens is when you have a thought, okay, so say you have a thought, and that thought is at like a frequency of irritation, it's going to come straight across to whoever you're thinking about. But if they happen to be in the mental realm, they're going to see it as a demon. It's going to be like, roar, or like, you know, it's going to come through as an entity or a demon or something like that. And so a lot of the times when we think like, oh, that person's attacking me or whatever, it's just a psychic attack coming in the form of like personifying it. You know, it's like that, the exercise that I did in my book, the one where I have you guys talk to the hairdryer, but I do that in class sometimes where I have you like talk to, you know, like the coffee cup, like literally in your mind, just close your eyes and just say, show me the coffee cup as a person. And you'll see a person. They like wet their pants. This thing leaking. That's funny. I like thought like wet its pants or something. I don't know. Anyways, but it's like the computer screen. I told you guys I called in my computer screen to talk to her, and she came in as a girl, and she says, "Sleep mode is not sleep." She was like all tired and like half lit up and half dark, and I was like, "Oh, my computer screen is so tired." She was like, "Sleep mode is not really sleep," and so now I turn it off at night. I like actually don't put it on sleep. I actually turn it off because my computer screen talks to me, you know. So you can talk to anything. And my suggestion, if you're working on becoming clairvoyant or you're working on becoming clairaudient, or you're working on really any of your senses, like your psychic senses, is start asking things to be personified so that you can communicate with them. And you'll start to get a feeling for, like, you know, how you see, how you feel, how you sense. Because imagining something that hasn't happened comes in, like, imagine something right now, just like imagine, something I was seeing, let's see. Imagine 3 airplanes flying through the air together with a big red balloon above them. I don't know, maybe that's something that you wouldn't have seen. If you guys can imagine that, it comes in a different spot than imagine the last sunset that you saw. Notice how it's in different spots. Was it in different spots for everyone? Yeah. So you'll see, like, your imagination, stuff that you're kind of creating, stuff that you've never seen, all kind of come in different places. So if I say, like, this camera lens, see it as a person, it's going to kind of come in where you, like, basically where you're what's it called? Where the thing that you've already seen is, which means you're pulling real data. Does that make sense? So, like, imagining something that you've never seen that doesn't have, like, any sort of description to it, is kind of like over here, the astral plane. And up here is more like you're pulling from your mind actual data, actually perceiving like energies and frequencies. So for me, if I see stuff here and I'm say looking at Kate and I'm like, oh, okay, I see this, I know that it's something that I'm reading in her energy and it's coming through, I'm reading it. If I kind of see it over here, I know it's kind of like astral plane, kind of like made up stuff, something like that. But everybody's going to be a little bit different. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Coffee's good. You have any questions? Question here? I'm sure these guys have lots of questions. I have one question. Yes. Okay. So somebody wants to ask a question. Let's see what it is, and then we'll do the meditation. And then I'll draw that picture, or I'll draw the picture, and then we'll do the meditation. Soraya, go ahead and ask your question. Just type it up here. And I'm going to get my pens and draw what I was going to show you guys. Right underneath. Oh God, you scared me. I thought you were like a rat or something. You were like, right underneath. I was like, ah. So my suggestion to everyone is, you know, regardless of how long you've been intuitive or haven't been intuitive, or how like ascended or like, you know, spiritual you are, is the best way to get to know our human experience and begin to create whatever it is that we want is to get to know your body and get to know the way that it talks to you, okay? Because if you're feeling something, like in your field, and you just like feel like crap, but you don't know where it's coming from or what it is, then, you know, you just have a crappy life. You're just like, I don't feel good or whatever. But people who are intuitive, as we can begin to read our energy, like if I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel like that choking feeling, I know it's because I'm being pulled back into like my root chakra. And our root chakra basically is fight or flight, it's adrenaline, it's basically just like our primal instincts and stuff like that there. So I know that if I'm getting that choking feeling, that either somebody who is in their root chakra is thinking about me and I'm not grounded, so I'm feeling it, and I'm not grounded in my body, so I'm getting pulled down to where their energy is. Or I'm already down there, you know, and I'm becoming ungrounded, so I'm kind of feeling all of that like fight or flight, like freaky energy. So when you guys feel like the choking feeling, like right here, do you guys feel on your left side or your right side? Do you feel on the left or right, left or right? Right? Is it only one side though, right? It's never both sides. Yeah, it's very interesting. Let's see what Soraya's question is. Everybody's asking questions. I said, Soraya. They're like, oh, it's open-ended. We're going to ask questions. It's okay, Amy, if you can't feel your counsel, it's not a big deal. Okay, as I continue to meditate, will I get more visuals and images as is a matter of practice? Yes. Oh, that's a good question. I like that. Thank you, Soraya. So, yes, the only thing that stops us from seeing and feeling and sensing are our beliefs and our thoughts, okay? So if you have a belief that like psychic people are evil, or like maybe you have like a subconscious belief within you that like intuition is evil or bad, or you were raised religious or something, then you can ask to say like, you know, where is the root of whatever's blocking you from seeing, you know, and just ask to see that root like we did with the black cue ball thing, pull it out, dissolve it, gone. Use transcendental skills. If you're not seeing stuff, it's because you're likely down in your second chakra. Second chakra, you can't see anything. You don't want to see anything. That's where all your emotional stuff is. It's where your emotional body is. It's where, you know, all of your past, like just think of like the worst possible thing you've ever gone through. And, you know, I see a monitor as a lady going, oh, I'm so tired, you know, but like imagine personified of like the worst rage I've ever felt, you know, or like the worst like anger or sadness or depression. You know, you don't want to see that stuff. You don't want to see it. So our higher self will keep us from seeing if we're down like in the second chakra, which is why Reiki's good and self-healing is good. I love the breath work that I went and did. It like totally like cleans out like your second chakra. Like I could just feel it. Like I could feel my spirit coming in and just like pushing stuff out. If anybody, I recommend breath work. Anyone in here done it before? Breath work? Oh, you've done it? Yeah. Isn't it amazing? You literally have like the craziest like visions, and I can definitely see more after the class. Okay, so here's me. I want to make sure this guy's right here. Okay, so here is us. I don't know why I'm doing my left hand. It's like that's all I can reach. Okay, so here's us as human beings. Okay, and we're looking like this way. Okay, so our council is right there behind us. I've never met a council of 2. I always have met a council of 3 to I think 7 is the highest. So you have a council behind you, and like Lori's was like, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 5, right? Yeah, they were kind of like in a diamond almost. Like there was like 1. Yeah, they were kind of like stacked like that. So when you hear stuff like kind of coming through your right ear, your left ear, it's your council. And our council, that's who we're going to meet tonight. I've never met my council, like met them before. Like I talk to them all the time. They're who I do psychic readings with. It's like literally like they're like I call them the hecklers. They're like the Muppet hecklers. You know, like the guys that are like like from the side up there and the Muppets. And like I'm always like, oh my God, I can hear them like making fun of me and stuff like that. So they're very astral. They're not like, oh, my loving child, I love you. If you're in the astral plane, they'll come across kind of in your personality. So if people are like, oh yeah, my guys are making fun of me, usually it's the council. Usually it's your council. And your council is technically you, but they come down as like different polarities. So they come down in like different streams of consciousness depending on what you need and when you need it. So like mine's in 3, and they've told me that they come in kind of like as like the divine feminine, divine masculine, and then like as like my subconscious or something like that. Like so I don't know what it is. I'll watch the channel about it someday. They're like, why not now? Well, because we don't have time. Okay. So the council's right behind you or above you, like Kate, the astral traveling guru over there, and Mentu and whoever at home. And the astral plane is usually this right here, basically, the way I see it is this is a mirror. I think I would write with the right hand, but okay. That's like a mirror. So basically, if you close your eyes, there's a mirror right in the middle of you, like this. So like, you know, they say like the dark side or light side. So basically like it's a reflection. You are a reflection over here. So half of you is a reflection of you. Does that make sense? So when you feel like the astral plane around you, usually it's like over like here, right? You feel like, if you say, where is the astral plane? If you close your eyes, say, show me where the astral plane is. It's usually from like about 1 o'clock-ish to about like, what, 5 o'clock-ish or something like that? At least for me. Do you feel it there? Yours over that side? Okay, so you might be in the mirror. So we're either in the mirror, but the mirror is where our higher self is. So it's like, we're basically living in a mirror. So if it's one way or another, it just depends on what side we're on. But the whole point of it is that our light body kind of goes up like this way. And if you say, where is source? And it's kind of like up that way or up that way, it's because that's where your crown chakra is.
So this is technically like, here's my stick figure. Can't really see this. Let me draw with a darker marker. I found like the one marker that doesn't work. Let's see. So here's the, oh, there we go. Now we're talking. So like say this is like my root chakra. Hey, dude. There. So there's us. There's the root. Say this is the root chakra, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, which is like source. So we are technically within our light body. Our light body, you can kind of look at it like it's like that, and we kind of move up and down within our light body. So if you're feeling like that choking feeling or something, it's because you've likely probably dropped down to your second chakra. Your consciousness has, someone's pulling you into the first, so it's almost like you're getting like pulled from back here. So in order to get rid of it, you become your I am, which is your light body, and then you visualize, you say, where is my human? You know, where is my human self? And then just visualize pulling it up. And then boom, it's gone. Which is like awesome because people, I spiraled out for 2 years thinking that I was like possessed by a demon. You know, like, oh, it's a demon, it's coming to get me, it's got me. When really it was just my lower chakra stuff, my vibration would drop, and I would start feeling that energy right there. I was determined that it was a reptilian or like a, I don't know what it was, but it's scary when you don't know. But when you can become to realize that you're technically not this human and you're not that either, you're actually source up here, living in all of its creations, then you can just, I am my I am, and then just, you know, show me my light body or show me where my human is, like what level I am in, and then just pull yourself up. And it will release all of that stuff. I have people call me every single day. My throat's caving in, or my chest, or my stomach feels sick, and I'll just say, okay, ask the line with your higher self. They're like, what? I am. What? Like, great. How do I explain this? And so then I'm like, never mind, let me just pull you up. So then I'll just basically become their light body, and then I'll just say, show me where their human is. It's usually down low, and then I just say, okay, come up to where they won't feel it anymore, and it goes, and then they don't feel it anymore. So that's kind of like, it's really interesting if you start to get to know like your landscape of like, you know, where your higher self is, where you are, and all that stuff. So did we ever find a lighter? Do you have a lighter? I know you organized the lighter, so I know there's got to be one somewhere. Got to have a lighter. I'll rub sticks together at this point. Let me see if there's a good question here. What does chills? Okay, someone's asking what are chills. Chills is is our counsel as well. The chills are Scott gets confirmation chills. A lot of people will get chills because they're being hit by a frequency and they're clairsentient. Do you get chills?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to explain your chills?
I feel like it is confirmation, like it resonates true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say that maybe a good idea if somebody gets chills is to ask, like ask the chills, you know, are you for my highest and best good, or are you for confirmation or not?
Yeah.
Would you get chills if it was like, yes?
Yeah.
You know? So you can invoke chills. Like, can you be like how Scott, like if you ask him something and it's a yes, he'll be like, ooh, just got chills.
Yeah.
Like you get like, I've heard you say that before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll be like, oh, I got chills. Yeah, so chills, let me see what the guys are saying. The council member right in the back, he says, the spirit is in charge of chills. The spirit is that which is that perfect piece of what many would call the Holy Spirit, the divine spirit, that which is the light that lies within you. The spirit is what is in charge of the chills. So when one says something that resonates true with spirit or with your spirit is then activated, and thereby if you are clairsentient in that you can feel energy, you will feel the buzz of your spirit being activated within you. This is not to say that it is not activated at all. It is always activated. However, when your attention and awareness is brought into the spirit, this is when your entire body can feel it. That's cool. I forgot what I said. Yeah, let's record this. So I can remember. I love it. That's so cool. That's so cool. Let's see. So yawning. Anyone yawn here a lot? But Yawning is actually a way of shifting your conscious level because it brings in more oxygen. I used to have a channeling, I don't know, buddy or not buddy, whatever, someone that I knew. And she would like, when she was doing a reading, she'd like make herself yawn. Because when she yawned, she'd shift into, have you guys ever seen that before where people do that when they do readings? Like they'll actually yawn on purpose? Yeah, so yawns, my dad yawns like crazy when we do channeling, when the guides start to come in. So what happens is when a higher frequency energy comes into the room, you're going to yawn because it's going to, oh, I didn't know this, because you're releasing negative energy. That's really interesting. Poochie's always yawning near us. Poochie, I'm sorry, we're negative. She's like, look at her ear. It's up. She's totally still listening. She's like, I'm just, you know, watching over you guys. Okay, so let me, who needs to use the restroom first? Okay, use the restroom. I think there's 2 other people that do. So let's, guys, take on the computer. Let's take a little bathroom break. I'm going to scroll through these questions too. And then we'll be back and we'll do the meditation. And I'm sorry if people hate, anyone in here hates sage, but I have to do it. I have to, because I usually chill up in like my God self that I taught you guys how to get into in the Full House. And I wake up after class and I'm like, what happened? And now I'm like, I'm remembering every second of it. Like I remember everything because I'm in the, staying within like the council energies. Does anybody here like there's actually like a psychic, like someone who hears, is anyone here an actual psychic or like a reader or something like that? Are you back there? You are? Oh, you are. You do readings. Oh, okay. I felt like it was like there's an actual like someone that does like psychic readings here. So when you do readings, do you feel like everybody do you feel the same with every single person, or do you feel like different like levels when you do readings?
I don't do them often, but I kind of feel different energy from everybody.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Because the guys were saying that when we do psychic readings, they're saying if you're an actual psychic, you'll feel the same every time. If you're a channel, you'll move around. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I was just curious. Because the psychic is the psychic realm. But if you're a channel, you're going to be taken into their plane of consciousness or into their level of consciousness. And you're going to be channeling in their field, basically. Interesting. Like we're in the present. I never. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm showing off my downstairs office. So this tripped me out. Pottery barn? No. What is it? Pottery barn, kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, this is literally how I see people. You know, I talk about like the zero ground, zero source. It's like zero source. Actually, maybe stack two of these, like one here. So this would be like the heart, and then it'd be like, this is the zero light line, and this is source. And then up here would be like, or source, and then earth. And then I see out there's a sphere of consciousness here, 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 and here. So we're like these diamonds, you know. So as our, and that's our light body basically. And then also if you stack two of these guys together, it's that Kabbalah tree of life. Have you guys seen that? But it's just a trip how like our geometry, like the way that things are created, this is like literally how I see like souls shaped, or if you want to put it like that. As I was going like this, and I'm like, oh my God, that's literally how I see people moving around from like their different like spheres of consciousness. So I never understood sacred geometry before. I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world. So I was just like, really, like I don't get it. But now I'm totally getting it, because now I'm starting to see all the shapes, and I've always seen numbers. So the council are the ones that are responsible. Who gets 1111? I'm sure there's a bunch online too. Raise your hand if you get 1111. So 1111 is your council's way of basically shutting your mind up. And I talked about it on the radio the other day, but it's literally like, I couldn't on the radio be like, you know, they're like, shut the F up, like talk to the hand, you know, like they're just like, really, really, really shut your mind up, please. We're trying to deliver messages. We're trying to send frequencies in, but we're like, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 and oh, and let's agree in this, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then when we finally meditate, and I listen to people or I look at people online all the time, they're like, I'm not seeing yet, I'm not seeing yet, I'm not seeing yet. Well, if you keep saying that, you're never going to see. Because if you're saying I'm not seeing, then you're not seeing, you know, so it is what it is. And if you're saying you're not seeing, then likely you're in the second chakra, and that's why you keep saying I'm not seeing, because once you get up into the higher chakras, you just start seeing automatically. That's just all there is to it. So if you're not seeing, or you're not like literally not seeing, or you're just like doing like, sometimes we'll be like, I'm not seeing, but really we are. If you can imagine a kite right now in your head, that's how you see, you know, you just imagine. And so when you're talking to somebody, if you start imagining something like, oh, my imagination runs away with me, that's your council sending you messages. And you think it's your imagination, but really it's actually like messages that are being like shared with you. So you're like, oh, I just keep thinking of this cartoon character, or like I keep thinking of this. It's our mind trying to define frequencies. Like the guy said something really interesting at Reiki this week, and they said that does anyone see cartoon characters in meditation? I do. I assume I used to see Gumbies. I used to see SpongeBob's. I used to see like all these cartoons, and basically what it is that it's our brain pulling pictures of, like, basically we were watching those cartoons in a state of brainwaves. So our brain really thinks they're real. Like our brain thinks, because our brain doesn't know the difference. Our subconscious doesn't know the difference between false and true. It doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction. And so when we watch a TV show and we go into you know, like kind of like state of brain mode, where our brain gets into that state where it's just receiving with no filter, where I'm watching SpongeBob and my brain's going like, okay, there's sponge-shaped creatures that walk around the earth, you know. So like when I see like a frequency comes in and I'm meditating that's similar to that, I'll see a SpongeBob. It's just crazy. I used to see, Gumby's, SpongeBob. Oh, I used to see all the Futurama people. Marlo's higher self had an eyeball on her forehead, and she was like, and she was like all fat, like it was like a fake higher self. So I'd see her as like the Futurama chick. So it's like we see all these crazy things, and so if you're seeing that, a lot of times you can ask to see the root of that image and kind of go up a floor, and then you'll see like a color or a number or something like that. But the 1111 is literally a sign to just stop, bring all of your attention and awareness into your heart. I always I'll imagine the 1111 like in my hand or whatever it is that you're seeing or feeling. I'll imagine in my hand in like a ball of light. And then I just kind of sit like this. And then I just breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. And as you do that, you'll just kind of imagine that that energy that's in your hands just kind of moves into you. So what you've done is you've just accepted the energy that's been bouncing off your head that the guides are trying to send to you, but you're refusing. You're not letting the messages in. So you're either like not wanting to hear it, or you just are not stopping long enough to hear it. And that's why a lot of people will say like, oh, I can't see anything in meditation, but I have the most amazing lucid dreams. It's because their guides are waiting for their ass to be knocked out so that they can communicate with them, you know, because their mind, their conscious mind is finally like asleep, and then they can actually communicate with them. So if you see 1111 a lot, your guides are trying to get a message through to you. If you see like any repetitive numbers, your guides are trying to get a message through to you. And a lot of people, it's like, well, we will have read somewhere like, oh yeah, it just means that I'm on track. So that may be all it is, but likely not. Like the lady on the radio the other day, I was like, oh yeah, it says you're on track. And the guys were like, and this, and that. And I'm like, oh, I'm on the radio. Like, I don't want to go into like a full reading. It was like, they were like, and blah, 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 like forever and ever. I'm like, just email me. But yeah, so I want you guys to close your eyes right now, and I want you to just think of the last time you like saw like the same number, the same color, the same like whatever word, to the point where you're just like, oh my God, what? What is this for? And just kind of imagine whatever it was that you saw or felt. I want you to ask your counsel to step in behind you. Your counsel's like, we want to channel. So imagine that in your hand. And then I just always put my hands in prayer position, or if you feel drawn to put your hands on top of your head, a few of you do, then just kind of imagine the energy on top of your head. And as you breathe in and out, there we go, the energy will be brought into you. And for me, the easiest way to get the message, because I get so wrapped up in my mind when they're messages for myself, is I'll just ask my counsel to put a word into my head, one word. Say, okay, give me one word that message meant, or like that message was about. And, you know, I hear peace, like that. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to question it. Peace. So I'll just write it down. And once you write that down, you'll hear another word, and then another word, and then another word, or you'll sense another word, or you'll think it up. And you'll think you're making it up because you're in the astral planes, you're in the imaginary world. But because you're down here, you just have to deal with the fact that it's going to feel like you're imagining it, but it's real. It's like, why would you be making that up over anything else? You know, like why would I make up peace over joy? You know, peace was the first thing that came to my mind because that's the frequency that my counsel is sending into my head. What word did you get? I forgot your name. Behind Melissa. Yeah. That's right. Amanda, did you feel like you got a word into your mind? If you close your eyes, I'm going to hold space. Close your eyes and just, in your mind, just say, give me a word. Give me a one-word message. No, don't even say message because that put you on the spot. Just say, give me one word. And your counsel's right behind you. And what's the first word that comes to your head? You already got it. Say it. I literally heard anger is absolved by love. So do you have like angry stuff going on in your life by any chance? Like there are like people in your life that are angry or that you're dealing with?
My husband kind of has
Oh, okay.
So when he gets angry, do you kind of go back at him with anger, or do you go back with love? It's so hard to go back with love.
I'm getting better.
Okay. Because I'm getting better.
What am I supposed to learn? That's what I said.
Well, and now you know that you can call in your counsel. Okay? So if he's getting angry or people are getting angry, you can literally just be like, hey, counsel, get in here. Because now I know, and I didn't know this before, our counsel goes all the way down to the first floor of the building, which means they're literally like in hell with us. And we live in hell on earth. And we're feeling that like feeling and like our rapid heart rate, and we're like negative and we're hating on ourselves. We're down there in those lower planes. And then our ego is like, yeah, I'm in control, you know. But as we go up higher and higher, we allow more and more and more and more light into our light body, and we become more and more and more connected. But our counsel is with us regardless. Isn't that cool to know that we have guides? We have like the guides that hang out in the ghetto with us. They're like our like dogs, G dogs or whatever. Okay, so let's do the meditation. I didn't finish telling you guys the different floors. So basically the bottom was like the hellish-like energies, the second floor. You can ask yourself right now, say, hey, counsel, which floor am I on? And I want you to write it down. And literally the first thing that comes to your mind, don't be the nail girl that I had. I had the nail girl that I talked about. I both remember Margie, the nail girl that flipped everyone off. Yeah, because I told her that she was on the 5th floor and that her spiritual credit score was like 600, and she was like, my credit score is 300 higher than yours, and I'm a 900 spiritual credit score, and I'm a level 6 soul. And she like got all mad and flipped everybody off and left. I was like, yeah, you're really high. High, literally, probably. But anyways, your ego will try to say like you're either higher or lower than you really are. Like I used to be like, I'm probably just a level 1 soul. You know, like it's like kind of like knock me down. But then like my other self was like, I'm probably a level 7 soul. You know, like so we have those two different voices. So as you get to know what your ego sounds like, you know, we do like stupid boyfriend voice and stupid girlfriend voice. Like stupid girlfriend voice is like me, and stupid boyfriend voice like I was gonna go there, didn't you? You know, like if you can get to know the different voices like in your head of like your ego, your emotional body, your mental body, you'll start to know when spirit's coming through. Because you'll be like, wait, that's not those voices. That's something different. And when you're down on the earth plane, when you're down in your 12-story building, down like below like about the third or fourth floor, guides are going to come through as either your ego or your emotions, or they're going to come through as you. Because there's no way that they can come through as anything more because they're not down there. But now that we know our counsel is, I'm going to ask to see what my counsel sounds like. Like, what do you sound like, counsel? And I hear, what up, bitch? He's like, ha, ha, ha. He's like joking. I'm like, dude, you're not my counsel. It's his earthbound spirit back there. Jeez, it's your dude. We kicked him out, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, woo. Janice, you got him, huh? Yeah, he's back there. He can't get in. He's like trying to like jump up. So just know that earthbound spirits cannot get to you if you're above the 4th floor. Okay, so if you're up there, they're like trying to jump up and get to you, and they can't. And like entities who like are worried about like demonic things, whatever, they can't get to you if you're above them. They can't reach. And so if you're feeling down and gross and bleh, just best way is I just say zero ground, zero source. I get into my like line. And I just ask my higher self to come in and take me up to a level where I'm unaffected, and I just trust that my higher self is going to pull me up. So let's do the meditation. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Oh, I never went to the bathroom. I was goofing off. Hold on. Oh, the 5 questions that you guys wrote down. Sorry, we never did that. The 5 questions that you guys wrote down, I want you to go through each one right now, and I want you to ask to feel the answer. Okay? That's clairsentience, where you're actually feeling the answer. So look at the question, and then what's going to happen is when we go through the meditation, I'm going to release any blocks to the answers. So after the meditation, hopefully the answers will come through. Does that make sense? So the 5 questions that you guys had, so we'll do the meditation, but right now I want you to say like, question number 1. The answer is, you know, well, just say the answer, or show me the answer, and then just kind of like show me what it feels like. If that doesn't work, you can say, I am the answer. What do I feel like? So you can kind of place yourself into it, but just kind of feel what the answer feels like. And by doing that, you're actually pulling it into your field, and your counsel is delivering you your answer. So it's pretty cool. Okay, let me go to the bathroom. Okay. You're down. Huh?
Just kind of setting everywhere. Like when we deal with the astral plane, which the guys have said, the reason why they wanted me to do this, so I'm less of a psychic and me. I mean, I'm a psychic medium. That's what I am. I just own it. But I prefer like channeling, you know, like the higher energies, because I'll admit it, I'm afraid of the lower ones because I was into drugs, and the thing that makes me want to do drugs is the lower level stuff. Let me take you out of misery, girlfriend. There. It's like a mummy over there. She's like, I can take my sweatshirt off. There. How about that? Poor thing. You're like, brr. So the stars finally came from Germany. I paid an arm and a leg for these puppies, but I got them. So excited. The reason why the guys wanted me to do this class tonight and deal with like psychic stuff and mediumship stuff and the council is because the earth shifted. They said basically today. Over the last 4 days, the earth has shifted and we're basically like stuck in our bodies now. Not stuck in our bodies, but we've shifted into kind of like, you know, everyone always talks about the earth is shifting in the 5th dimension. We've now kind of like shifted. So the astral plane can kind of, if we wanted to in a perfect world, be obsolete. We don't have to go into the astral plane, but we still have emotions. So we're kind of stuck in there. So if we go into our emotional body, that makes sense. Why you guys, yeah, okay. So if we go into our emotional body, we're like in a completely different version of self. So, but you're going to start feeling the people that hang out in their emotional body a lot are going to start to feel a lot more like grounded. Have you felt different lately?
Yeah.
You have? When did it start?
I was like, I don't know.
Looks like about 8 or 9 days ago for
Yeah,
you. Do you feel a little bit different? Really? Interesting. Yeah, well, off would be an understatement. You know, if you're used to being in one like frame of consciousness to completely shift over, have you noticed the difference in her? Ask your daughter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have. When I talked on the phone today, I was like, what's wrong?
Aww. We'll get you all tidied up. So they're literally making us hang out in the ghetto tonight so that we can get everybody all tidied up, because this is the thing. We can do this, la, 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 and like not listen or pay attention to what's down there. And we can be like, oh, I'm my creator self, I'm my real self, I'm my God self. You know, like all these big high, like 7 chakra versions of self. What happens when our husband's a freaking ass? Boom, right down to the lower. And then we don't know how to deal with it. And then we're like, oh, well, I'm intuitive and I'm getting messages, you know. They're crap. They're messages, but they are like delusional messages. We're hearing them the way that we do when we're up here, same way down here, because our senses are still the same, but they're coming in, you know. So teaching you guys how to kind of centralize yourself and then go up through the 12-story building to go above any sort of, we're always going to have distortion because we're like living in a mirror. But it's like basically like to rise up above the distortion and then basically just ask our higher self to create a space for us so that we don't have to feel all that stuff down there. But if we don't heal it, we're just going to keep getting stuck down there. We're just going to keep attracting people. Can I use you for an example? Lisa had a spirit in her field, and that's you're a bitch. She's had a spirit in her field that's been attached to her field for like 9 years. And we thought her dog was like a dirty, like sex-talking dog. Remember the hey, ladies. I put him on Facebook even because I kept hearing him hitting on me. But the other day he got really nasty, like gross stuff. And I'm like, you're not a dog. It was a spirit kind of jumping back and forth between his field and her field. And at first it was funny, you know, and then it was like, wait a second, you're not funny anymore. You're saying really gross things and you're a dog. And
yeah, I remember that dog was here. I didn't pick up on that from the dog.
You're picking up on the real.
The actual dog, yeah.
Because the other day he was really sweet and nice, and I'm like, wait, you're back to the way you used to be. So the first time she came to Reiki, it happened after she came to Reiki 1. When I attuned her, he couldn't get back into her field. So he's been basically in the dog's field. Because our animals are a connection to like our higher self, and that's where sorry, I'm like channeling right now. I'm like, oh my God, that's our light stream kind of comes in. If we don't have a connection to our light stream, they go through our pets to come to us. That makes so much sense. So yeah, he jumped into Wiley. And then yesterday, he
freaked Wiley out so bad that Wiley was scratching on the door. He ran out the door. Madison ran out the door. She ran out the door. They all fell. It like turned into this huge like conundrum over there, all because the spirit was being a prick because I kicked him out of her field. But he caused her, when she was at Reiki 2, to want to leave. And in her mind, she was rationally saying, well, I was going to come anyways, and I'm tired, and I was up late, blah, blah. So spirits or things in the lower astral plane will trigger our real thoughts to make it think we're us so that we don't raise our vibration. Does that make sense? So to bring us into like a state where we're down there, and he's attracted to her need for love. I mean, that shouldn't be a bad thing to need love, but it is a bad thing if we need it, if we think we need it, because we already have it. Like it's already within us. We already have love, so we shouldn't have to look for love. Looking for love and all. I can hear Peter. Looking for love in all the wrong places. All right. I'm down here with all the fairies, and they're like, looking for love in all the wrong places. You got like the little assembly line going on. Or what's that, where they kick the legs? Oh, to be in my head. All right, cool. So we're going to do the meditation, and then we're going to do, we'll pick like a couple people here, a couple people in here to do more readings, and we'll just go. I'm excited. Okay, perfect. All righty. Do you have the music? Do you want? Yeah.
Baby's been going crazy since we did the grounding.
Oh.
I'm having a really hard time keeping myself focused.
Oh, you're pregnant?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 weeks.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Hold on, let me see. Is it a girl? She's like, she's in here with me. She's in here. Like you're actually in your body.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm like having the hardest time paying attention, and she's so much more. She's running out of room in there.
Let me see what she has to say. She's do you speak a different language too? What is she speaking? She's like, I'm like, English. She's like, oh, sorry. She's like really like excited right now.
You just told me in the past that she's like coming back.
Oh, that's funny because I was like, she's a girl. She's probably playing with your little baby over there. She's probably playing with your baby. So like, ee! Let me just ask. So what was your sign again?
I am Aquarius.
Let me just make sure that everything's okay. So like 4 or 5 months ago, did you guys have like a complication or something like that? Or was that your son you had the complication with at that time in the other pregnancy?
It's hard to know what happened in my other pregnancy. They said something happened in the pregnancy to cause him to pass away.
Don't you love that? Oh, something happened. Yeah, they told us Parker was not going to make it.
I'm like, okay, Parker.
Oh my goodness.
So we don't know what.
So what I'm sensing is that your son, who's also your daughter, you know, that same life stream coming in, when it was about that time when whatever happened that you don't know, you like checked out. You were like, I'm out of here. I have to leave because there was too much like a pessimist, like, you know, and you know that your like thoughts become manifest and you don't want to create anything bad. You don't want to jinx anything or like anything like that. So it's almost like you stepped out of your body. So I'm going to call on your higher self and we're going to let you get back out.
I feel like I'm getting like nothing like out of this because I feel like I'm whatever she's doing.
Let's see, hold on, let's get you into your heart. There's your higher self. So do you feel her behind you? She's coming in. There we go. Let's just call you into your higher self, which we're all going to go into anyways in the meditation, but let's just get you into yours all the way back. There we go. You're just in so much fear. Everything's going to be okay. There we go. I think she's always moving around like that. You just don't feel her. She's ready to come out. She's ready. What, like, did they say she might be early?
I don't know. They said she's going to be big answer. So
Tell me what?
huge.
Oh yeah, Parker. We called him like Tank because he's freaking humongous. But he was a month early, and so now it feels like about 4 days or something like that, like a little bit early. But she's gonna be perfectly fine, and she's got really curly hair for some reason. Super like bouncy hair. Do you have bouncy curly hair in the family? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. So yeah, she's got your hair. Yes.
She says, don't worry, mama. Mama? Would you be a mama or instead of a mommy or a mom?
Whatever they call
It's like mama instead of mama, like mama. Don't worry, mama, everything's gonna be just fine. I've got this, she says. I've got this, and she's from the planet Sirius. Oh, she's from the future. Interesting. I'm just going to remove some of the fear around you, but I'm going to do the clearing in the meditation. See, if you have to get up and like, you know, go outside or, you know, whatever, don't feel bad. No one's going to get offended or upset. You're like pregnant times 10. I want to make sure that I have this. I'm getting the microphone. Make sure this is being pregnant times 1,000. So you better be careful. There's twins up there. Oh, really? Oh, so you had the. Oh, so she's his twin. Yours. Oh my God. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so closing your eyes. Let's get us out of the ghetto. We're creating a field of light in front of the room, or if you're at home, right in front of you, about 6 feet in front of you. So will you bring the music up here? I'll play it from up here. It doesn't play in anybody's ears. So just imagine light in the front of the room. That light represents the Christ consciousness. It represents anything that's good in this world. I want you to ask that light to become everything that you need, but that you didn't know you needed right now. I want you guys to do a few deep breaths, one through your mouth, like filling up your lungs, and then just release out all the tension, all of the stuff. Just tell that the breath as you're breathing in, just give your spirit permission to enter into your body. Your spirit is pure light, pure love, and your spirit knows exactly what you need at any given time. Breathing in again, and breathe out. So we're calling in Yeshua, Emmanuel, Christ energy, Michael, everyone's counsel, and everyone's real higher self. We ask that those aspects of self step up behind each and every one of us. And as you take another breath, just breathe in. All of your attention awareness goes into your heart. And as you breathe out,
your higher self is going to pull you into them behind you. So just kind of that thing where you're a little kid and you could kind of drop backwards and your friends would catch you. I want you to just kind of imagine that you're letting go and just boom, going back to your higher self. There we go. A lot of people are very apprehensive. They don't want to trust their higher self. They want to stay in control, which is fine. However, by staying in resonance with the mind rather than the higher self, we make ourselves susceptible to these lower energies that we feel, like anxiety, fear, pain, guilt, judgment, stress. So again, just as we did before, this channel will now release any contracts, any vows, commitments, any shamanic contracts, any monastic vows, poverty contracts. These are all within the root chakra. These are all within the subconscious mind. This is all your base programming. We release this from each and every individual now that is listening to this now and in the future. Here we go. Now release each of you of the obligation to feel abandoned by at least one person in your life. Rejected, shamed. And we bring in the energy so that each and every one of you can feel what it feels like to live in existence free from guilt. In your mind, you can say, I am me. I am the me that has never felt guilt. Show me what that feels like. I am the me that has never felt guilt. Show me what that feels like. Do you feel expanded? Do you feel different? Or do you feel guilty for not feeling guilty? We release all guilt now. There we go. Perfect. Guilt's a big one, guys. As you continue to breathe, just breathe space into your chest, into your heart. As you breathe out that which does not serve you anymore. In your mind, I just want you to say, I am now, bless you. I am now my spirit. I am my spirit now. Some do it like at the end, from the beginning, or just, I am my spirit. Show me what this feels like. When you say show me, you're talking to your conscious mind, your body, and by commanding that you are your spirit, you're shifting your attention and awareness into this high frequency self. By saying, show me what it feels like, you're actually tapping into it. I am my spirit. Show me what it feels like. There we go. So what I'd like you to do now is to ask your higher self to send light down into the astral planes to come and get you. So you can imagine a huge ball of light, like the ball that drops at the New Year's Eve, that big ball. Imagine a big ball dropping down above your head, coming down to get you. You may be in your higher self, but you're still down in the lower planes, or you may be your spirit. As this ball of light drops down over you, you find that you're inside of it. You feel safe. You feel protected. And it begins to rise up through the roof, up through the sky. You may look down and see the building below you. Continue up until you see a portal. Portal of light draws you toward it. As you move towards this light, it's like a magnet pulling you in. You step through it, and through it, you wind up in a completely different world. As you look around, you may see trees, you may see plants, animals. When you look down and you see your feet, and you're on a trail or a road. Kind of get a feel for what the road looks like or what it feels like. Is it cobblestone? Is it dirt? Cement? You start to walk forward, feeling your higher self's presence with you. You may see them or you may not. But just know that you are with them. They are with you. You are one right now. On the sides of the road, there's signs. Those signs may have messages for you. You may have nothing at all. You may see deceased family members up here. And up ahead a little bit is where you can ask to connect with an old pet. Continue moving forward. So here you can ask to connect with one of your pets. We're creating this space for you now. There we go. And at the end of this road, this walkway, wherever you are, there's a house or a hut or cabin or a castle, whatever. It's a place. And this is where your council is. This road that you're on is where you go every night when you sleep. You fall asleep, your higher self comes to get you. You rise up to the astral planes, you go through this portal, and you end up in this quasi-dream world / astral plane. And it is here where you discuss your choices in life. It is here where you experience life before it happens. This is where deja vu begins. You can review your next day with your counsel. You can ask questions, receive answers. So as you walk down into this structure, whatever it may look like, and you walk into the front area, you see that there's a huge theater-like screen on the wall, a chair for you to sit in, and above that chair, a huge spotlight. That spotlight, when turned on, instantly heals you with the unconditional love of God. So you make your way over to this chair. You sit down. And if you have family members that you've lost, you can ask that they come and sit in this area with you, and whether they're on this plane or on another one, they can project themselves into this space. We've created this space for you. So they may just send a word or a short message, or you may see them or feel them there. There we go. Your counsel now approaches you, whether they come down from above, from the side, or behind you. Just ask to see your counsel. Say, I want to meet my counsel, my real counsel. Get out of here, guys. I'm holding space to make sure. There we go. Perfect. Show me my counsel. If they're cartoon-like characters or Yodas or beings that you've seen in movies, ask to be taken up one plane of consciousness and literally just like an elevator, take everything with you up one plane. There we go. Good job. You can communicate with them in that way, but it's going to be less distorted if you get to the roots. Good job. Perfect. Good job, guys. Nice. Your counsel walks up in front of you, and you're sitting at this chair. And behind you, your master guide steps up behind you, places their hands on your shoulders, and they begin to send you healing, love, for what each person in this room, as well as at home, other than 5 people, block the love from your master guide, block the knowledge from your counsel. So what we'd like for you to do is to ask your questions, ones you wrote down or other questions if you'd like. As you ask your questions, they may give you answers. You can ask to be shown things on the screen. You can ask to be shown what sign they've been speaking to you through, like an 1111 or a repeated word you see everywhere, or even just a topic that people have been bringing up around you. So we're going to enter into each individual's field one at a time and make sure that each individual is open, connected, and able to communicate with their counsel. We'll stop speaking through this channel while we enter into each of your fields. While we are doing this, what we'd like for you to do is communicate with your counsel. You'll feel like you're making it up. Remember, you're still on the earth plane. You're still in your mind. Allow yourself to make stuff up. Allow yourself to receive what these inner recesses of your mind have been trying to tell you, but you have not listened. Speaking to blocked thoughts within your mind is more important than seeing or feeling or talking to an angel, because these are within you. These thoughts dictate your reality. If you'd like to see your future, you can ask that your council member that's in charge of the future show you a scene on the screen
If you want to see your soulmate, if you're going to have children, things of this sort. You can ask all of these things of your council now, and you will receive answers. If you begin to feel as if you're floating away or you feel like you're becoming unconscious, ask your council members to send you the energies required for you to remember what you're talking to them about. Okay, I want to remember this. Please allow me to remember what is being spoken of. Some of you have elaborate homes set up in this plane. You may have a big pool hall or a swimming pool, or you may have waterfalls outside, dolphins and there's aquarium, castles, amusement parks. This is the astral plane, so what you think becomes. So while you wait, you can also ask your council members to take you on a tour, show you around. We'll be back in 5 to 6 minutes. From above, all but 5 have guardian angels dropping down into their field. If you'd like to allow them in, say yes. And they'll drop down into your field to bring messages as well. There we go. You can ask your guardian angel when in your life they've helped you, what their job is, what their name is. Remember, you're making it all up. Whatever comes to your mind, imagine whatever comes to mind. Remember, why would you make this up over something else? You may feel something in your physical body, around the head, throat, and chest.
as we remove from you any and all blocks that you carry based on where you are from. Also based on where you live. So we take on the field of the town we are from, the moment we are born. We are releasing this from you now in the highest and best way. We're also releasing from the lower chakras all parental imprints and sibling imprints. Those around us when we were young formed us into who we are today. We no longer have to carry that, though. It didn't serve us well. There are many family members that are on the actual soul plane. Remember, you're in the astral plane, so you're not in the real soul plane. There are many soul family members and loved ones that would like to communicate with the loved ones that are here this evening. If you would like to communicate with them, you can imagine that a door is placed on the screen, the movie screen. And just imagine opening that door and either going through it or have them walk in. Having them walk in is much easier. Likely your mind will block seeing them for real because your emotions will get in the way, but by opening this door, you can receive messages from them that were blocked by your emotional body. There we go, good job. Good. Yes, it includes pets can enter in through here as well. 5 people with pets there. You've got a golden retriever, black lab, schnauzer, tabby. If you didn't create that door right in front of you, wherever you are, even if you're outside roaming around, your counsel has you, I want you to just imagine a door right in front of you. I want you to open that door and in your mind, walk up to it. And as you look outside, you may be looking into nothingness. But right outside that door is your real higher self. This is the self that you've been in. You've been coming to the classes the last 8 weeks. As you walk to that door, you're going to merge with this real higher self. Or you can just say, I am my real self. And then just say, show me where I just was. Or let me feel where I just was.
You may find yourself looking down on a little tiny place. Everyone will be different. There we go. But even as your real self, you'll feel behind you. Your counsel's still there. Your counsel is still standing right behind you. They may look different or feel different, but it's them. We send healing to each and every person's reality that they were just in, their astral world. We upgrade each individual's astral world to the highest possible plane of consciousness. We upgrade all thoughts, ideas, virtues, lessons, and we bring into each individual all virtues and lessons that they'd be learning throughout this entire life that other soul family members may have already learned for them. We're upgrading everybody's blueprint. There we go. Resolving all soul ties, all cords, attachments, entities, energies, things that we would call demonic forces. We release all of those now, transmuting them into light to be gone forever and never return. There we go. We're bringing our awareness back to the room. What we'd like for you to do is to imagine a table with some chairs around it. Maybe a small table, maybe a big, huge table. And in your mind just say, any earthbound spirits that are in my field, I command that you sit at the table. Any earthbound spirits, any souls that are not me or my guides, my real guides, I command that you sit at the table now. You may have 5,000 tables all lined up, lots and lots and lots of beings. From above and behind you, a huge fireball light, like a big white laser, white fiery light. God's light. And come flying down, taking all of them away, leaving the tables empty. Command is it Archangel Michael or the angel that works for each individual the most to remove these earthbound spirits. Ask that you reveal yourself to them now in the form of numbers, colors, frequencies, a feel in the body, a sense within the mind, in the gut. Have that Archangel come in and seal up all the areas within each individual that we're allowing these beings into their field. There is not one person here tonight that did not have someone or something in their field that needed to be removed. There we go. And one more time, I command that any beings that are in my field that are not me or my guides, in all layers of my field, all dimensions, all realities, command that they come forward now. Here we go. Many of these beings are not in your field. They're just connected, taking your source energy. They're out living their own lives, doing their own things, living in their own illusion, using you as source. So lastly, if there are any beings
that do not have their own source connection. In your mind, say, if there are any beings who do not have their own source connection, I command you come forward now and show yourself. In your mind, I command that my archangel or God's light permanently remove them from my field. Healing all areas that allowed them in. There we go. Perfect. There we go. That feels better. If you have kids, in this state of consciousness now in your higher self, just say, I now state or I command that the removal from my field also removes from anybody that I know, anyone I'm related to, especially my children, my family. And that command will make sure that they don't go, or my pets. There we go, perfect. There we go. So if you'd like, you can just ask your counsel to begin to bring you back into your body, ground you back into your physical body. You never left your body, felt like you left. You just left the level of consciousness you usually reside at. And you went up in between that level and the next level up into the astral world. When you connected with your higher self, you walked out your back through that door and merged with the being that is standing behind you at all times, every day. That is you. When you looked at the tables, you were looking at your physical body. Bring your attention and awareness back to your physical body. When you're back in your body, just imagine that there's a shape right in front of you. Three-dimensional shape, like a pyramid or a circle or a square, cube or a sphere. I'm going to ask that your counsel infuse that shape with anything that you need to know. And we're going to make sure that you're going to receive that message in the next 24 hours. No, use 48. Okay, 24 to 48 hours. Oh, sorry, 72. Oh, come on, you guys. 72 hours, sorry. Okay, some of you, only 2 of you, 72 hours. The others, 24 hours, and 3 of you, it's 48 hours. Everyone else is 24. So take that shape and just pull it into your heart. And know that the messages have already been delivered. The healing has already been administered. Each one of you, each one of your fields are cleaner than they've been since you were 7 years old. When you were 7, you entered into the spirit realm. And many of us by then have shut down our third eye so we could not see the spirits, the energies that were entering into our field of consciousness. You are free. You are one with God. And your life is about to change. Your energy is yours. And because of that, we are happy. And when I say we, I speak of the thrones angels that are each and every one of you that are here tonight. For each of you are infused with the throne's energy, the throne's angelic energy. and we are part of your council. We bless you. So bring your awareness back to the room. The throne's angel is actually every single person's middle council member. I'll be curious to see if anybody saw their council and what they looked like. Every single person here is an angelic being. No, not angelic being, infused with angelic energy. There's one Raphael, one Gabriel, a Michael. Is there a Shamuel? Shamuel, but it's a throne, but it's not an archangel. Interesting. Oh my gosh, you guys are so clean. You guys are like squeaky clean. So write down what you remember, what you felt. I'm going to have Janice choose 2 names off the online people, and I'm going to let them start asking their questions. Oh, it's bright. Here, Lisa, so let's call it. It's freezing in here. So if you guys are ever being harassed by an earthbound spirit or anything like that, the silly visualization of like a, picnic table, their tables, but in quantum healing, the act of observing is what makes it so. So just seeing it there and then seeing it gone, gone. I've battled with earthbound spirits, and I don't do that, but they just taught that. I've never seen that before, and I'm like, holy crap, I've been battling with an earthbound spirit on her for a week now. Well, no, since Saturday. And I have one that always comes in like a caveman on me, and it just like flew off me. I was like, oh, yes. Did you feel that? How was it? The trip, huh? Yeah. Margie's like, yeah. She's got an earthbound spirit issue. No wonder you're here tonight, huh? Seriously. What does anybody want to share? Did you feel anything? How's baby?
I was actually able to kind of get myself up to that kind of portal that you were talking about.
Good. Yeah, I asked them what the portal was, and they said the portal was actually leaving your chakra that you're in. So they were basically saying, like, if you're, say, you're in your solar plexus and you went up through that portal or whatever, it's basically just leaving the solar plexus and going up to the heart. Not the heart space, but the heart. And that they said in between each chakra is the astral plane. So when you go between the chakras, you're kind of like leaving one movie theater and going to another. So by going into that room, you're actually going into the next chakra, and you're just looking out of your body like a movie screen. So by opening up the door and allowing, did anyone see Loved Ones? Mm-hmm. I saw so many people's Loved Ones. Did you see your mom? Yeah. Loved Ones? Yeah, it was interesting how they were like, what is this? But they weren't like ghosts, they were actually in the soul plane. And they said, just open the door and we'll be able to look in, but they're all like sealed up. And when the doors opened, they were like, oh, thank you. And they just walked in, and then where you guys walked out, that was like the trippiest meditation I think I've done in a long time. How are you, Jim?
I'm good. I was thinking right at the end, and I think that's really what happened.
Sucks when that happens. I know.
I was really enjoying it too.
Someone just said sister in Chihuahua. Now, the reason why they gave us that shape, though, is so that you can go back and remember. So take that shape that you had at the very end and just pull it into you. I don't even remember what mine was. I think it was a white triangle. So pull the shape into you and then just write. So the astral plane is the trickiest because you'll forget like a dream. Second wake up, you're like, what? Because we have a thing called the astral body, and we go into our astral body when we go into the astral plane, and people will think that they've fallen asleep when really you haven't fallen asleep. What you've done is your brain just doesn't remember. And you feel like you're asleep, but you've left your usual frame of consciousness and you've gone up. So if you're like, oh, I wake up right before the meditation ends every time, it's so annoying. It's like, no, you weren't asleep. You were awake. Your human mind just doesn't remember. So as you raise your vibration more and more, you'll remember more and more. Like now I can remember when I'm channeling. I used to be out, like tranced out, like out for the count. Now I'll be like, what did I just say? But I can kind of go back and remember. Before it was like, I'm gone, really gone. But I've been working on myself, so I've been able to kind of remember some. But
I kind of don't remember either. Should I just choose about a couple of people, Jen?
She had a numbered list.
Oh, nice. Okay. Why don't we have Melissa pick a number? Do you want to have Melissa pick a number?
Sure.
Melissa, why don't you just pick a number? 2. 2 is. Someone says, who's the guy with the long funny mustache? This guy? Saint Germain. Tina, that's funny. Charmaine. So is there a Charmaine on here? Yes. Oh, someone's other Chihuahua. Oh yeah, that was someone's black lab. Yeah, that was yours, Joey. That's funny. Yeah, there's a black lab that licked my face. I was like, you're great. That's funny. Charmaine. Charmaine, going once, twice.
I need to pick number 9.
Huh?
I need to pick number 9.
Oh, okay. Lisa wants 9. Okay, so while Charmaine comes here, we'll have Lisa pick 9. What's 9? Is there anybody that wants to share anything? Or everybody's off. When I see everybody in their astral bodies, I see you guys in your space suits. So funny, you're wearing like literally like NASA outfits, but like you have like the they have like the oxygen coming in from their tube. It's like almost like that's what it is. That's our sustenance, like our life force. Like, okay, so here's like our real self. And oh my God, that's crazy. I'm seeing it. It's like a tube comes from our real self's head. It has like our mind in it. It's like a gold ball. And then from the heart, I see silver energy coming in, and they're going into a tube kind of combining like gold and silver. And then there's like source back here, like way back there, like real source comes and goes, whoop, like put the bubble around it. And then it goes, doo, 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 drops down this tube, and I see a person go, whoop. And it's a person in a spacesuit with the energy going up to their real self. Oh my gosh, and then the real self has one. And then, oh my God, it's never ending. It's so frustrating. It's never ending. Okay, so who's 9? Yes, this question?
Can your guardian angels be people like Dr. Yasui or like?
Yes.
You actually identify.
So you saw Yasui?
Well, yeah. And on your council, can that be like say St. Francis or?
Let me ask. I don't know actually. Yasui. Oh yes. Yes. Oh my God, yes. They're always like, the Reiki guide. That's about it. They're always doing that. He says, yes, as I enter in, I say this unto you, that we enter in on a personality that you respect and you love and you know that is within our energy centers. Okay, so it's a soul that created him. Okay, so you guys are the same soul. That's interesting. Yeah. Let me see, you. Yeah, 1. That's what you can do, guys. You can do like do this. Compare a couple things. You can say like, okay, you can say like this decision or that decision, like decision number 1, decision number 2. So you can say like eating an apple, eating pastrami or whatever. You can like kind of feel like the difference of your hands. But you can actually like weigh out and compare things like that. So I just went like her soul, Asui's soul. They're exactly the same. See? Or you can go like her soul, his soul, try and merge them together in your mind, and if they go like bounce apart, they're not the same, but they went whoosh, like the same. So St. Francis and her, no, see, that's different. St. Francis and her council, same, yeah, they're the same. That's interesting. Interesting. That means our council is not our soul. No, yeah, they're our higher self. I don't even want to get. Stop. My obsession. Okay.
Do you want the number 9 online?
Yeah.
Person is Anna Carroll.
Anna Carroll. There's Charmaine. She kept leaning to the right. Okay. I kept leaning to the right during the meditation. Wow, amazing. Thank you, Martha. That's Charmaine. Is that your question? So leaning to the right, guys, is actually when I was in my breathwork class, I actually came to the conclusion that we were in that mirror, okay? So our higher self will walk in from that mirror, like in the mirrored world, and kind of like
when I was doing a healing on Jeff the other day, I was up behind him and I was doing the healing, and all of a sudden I see like, oh, there's a mirror right in the middle of him. But to me, I perceive him as a whole, but he's just like a half a person, like, you know, but reflected. And it was weird because I saw Jeff, the human, come and reach out of the mirror, and he turned into like a spacesuit person as he passed through the mirror, but then he'd pull it. So I mean, he'd become like his human. So like that mirrored world is basically like the physical reality. And that's why when we think, we literally create in that mirror. You know, our thoughts create a reality, and we live in it. So we like live in a mirror. So that's why law of attraction, you think of something, boom, comes right back at you. But if you're being pulled to the right, it was like being pulled into like the higher self, basically. So does anyone ever get pulled like to the side when you're meditating? You do? Yeah. So like, it's like you're either getting pulled to like, it's almost like pulling you out of like the fake world into like the real world. And that's what the astral plane's up there. Isn't that interesting? So interesting. That's the soul chart thing is going to be, I think, next week or the week after. And I'm going to choose one person that's the Patreon level 4, one person just from Patreon total, one person can pay, and then I can't remember what the other one was. But I'm going to do 4 of the soul charts and chart out every single layer of the soul, all the guides, all the angels, all the earthbounds, whatever's in their field. I'm just going to chart out the whole thing. I'm super excited. Okay, so Charmaine, that was kind of the answer to that question. What do I need to know about my soul purpose? Okay, what you must know about the soul purpose is that you are a soul. You are a soul, and you determine your soul purpose. For what you can feel inside, what you feel inside right here is where your soul purpose lies. For many will say, what do you feel in your heart? What do you feel in your heart? What you feel in your heart is every soul purpose you have ever had at any time throughout eternity. So in order to find your soul purpose in this lifetime, you can create a road. You can create a path, literally, from the solar plexus. As you enter into the heart, I am my I am, you connect with and become your higher self by either saying, I am my higher self, or imagining your higher self stepping into you. You may then drop down into the solar plexus and imagine a road. You can ask to see words, you can ask to see obstacles, and if you see obstacles, just ask that the higher self above you clear out those obstacles. Many will go in circles over and over and over again, just as you have for the last 2 years. Circles, 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 circles. I don't know if that's what I want. I don't know if that's what I want. And the one thing, just as we have said before, that blocks us from our soul purpose is believing that it is too good for us. Is believing that there is no way that that could ever be our purpose. That is way too cool. But believe us when we say this. If it is not your purpose, you would not think it was cool. The only reason why you want it is because it is yours. So if you're drawn to something, embrace it, love it. What we'd like for you to do is to begin to look into classes in learning and growing. Charmaine, we'd like you to look into classes, web classes, taking courses over the next 3 weeks, and not specific courses, but teaching and learning and watching videos and teaching yourself things is what will inspire you, because you are a channel. Each of you in this room are channels, and understand that channels are inspired by others' packets, others' information that's within their field. So if you're watching something on television, watching something and you're learning and you're within your learning body, your mental body, the packets that someone that is teaching has within their field will come into yours and activate information that is dormant within you. So watch, listen, learn, educate yourself. And as you educate yourself, you will find that you have so much unlocked potential within you. And by watching these people through this computer box, this is Jesus, through the computer box, you must understand that because we are now in a 5D world, you can connect with the 5D aspect of anyone on television, in a movie, on the computer box. On the computer box. You may connect with them through unconditional love and receive information back and forth just by watching them. So we want you to educate yourself. And your path to your child, you are a teacher. We bless you and love you. Hopefully that resonated, Charmaine. And the last, who's the other person? Anna. Okay, Anna Carroll, your question, and then one person in here who is going to pick oh my God, someone's guides are like, it's like Saint Germain, because he's like all of our guides in here.
He's like dancing back and forth. Why is he so goofy? Do you see him?
I hear him.
He's behind you going,
Yeah.
he's your guy. Yeah, he's also a guy. Can you see him, Margie? She sees. You don't see anyone?
I do.
Oh, okay. She's one of those that sees with her eyeballs. I would trip if I saw with my eyes. I'd be like, Okay, so someone's asking about DNA activation. So Anna's starting with DNA activation. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, it's Saint Germain. Ah, yes, my favorite thing indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. And there's all these Saint Germains behind him going, shoo up, shoo up, shoo up, shoo up. Ow. He's showing that he's a hologram. You know those kaleidoscopes, you know, where it's like and it's like him right there, and he's showing me all these like, you know, like little versions, like triangles of him all out, all out. He says, what you see is what you get, but what you get is everything. If you can align yourself within yourself, you will see that you are all the pieces of you. That as you think, your thoughts become manifest. And as you grow, your thoughts get bigger and bigger and bigger. Look how many thoughts look how many thoughts I have. And it's like, there's all these hymns around him. DNA activation is just that. You are taking yourself through all of the different holographic aspects of self. And as you do DNA activation, what you are doing is you are pulling all of the little pieces of you that have separated throughout time, that have split off from your main consciousness. You're pulling them back into self. Because if we are all God, then your physical body is God. You are just trapped in your body, and you think that you are that part of your body. It would be like being in your hand and thinking that you are your hand. You are not your hand. You're the consciousness that thinks it's in your hand. So know and understand that when you look into and begin to do DNA activation, there are many beings that are here to do DNA activation, to do attunement, to bring forth higher aspects of self to individuals by pulling in the lower aspects that our consciousness accidentally falls into. If you can imagine, every time you've been traumatized, when you were in the crib and you cried and cried and cried and cried and cried, and no one came to get you, a little piece of your consciousness split. It said, I'm done, I'm out. The other piece stayed to protect. As this split, a little bit less of you was within you. And then it happened again, and then you were teased, and then someone broke up with you. So we continue to split and split and split and split like a river or like a tree with many, many branches. So look at it as if your source is underneath the earth and is shining up throughout this tree. All these little branches are all the fragmented pieces of you. DNA activation is pulling in all the branches and going back to source. So understand and know that DNA activation is something that we naturally do when we begin to raise our vibration. However, there are beings that are here, and there are 19 beings within this room, within this class, that are here to activate DNA. You can muscle test. You can say, I am here to activate DNA, and pull it into your heart and see if you feel it, see if it feels like something good, see if it feels like something that you're here to do. But it is the attunement process that this channel does. It's just called something different. So DNA activation, you may begin by learning the chakras. You may begin by learning the levels of consciousness and how individuals begin to pull themselves into a higher state of consciousness. There are many books that you can read on DNA activation, and you'll begin to know and understand who you're drawn to learn this from. You're not here to do somebody else's coursework. You're here to learn about it and then do your own work and just naturally bring people into their center and align them with their source. That is all it is. Bring into the center, align with source. Over the years, many have called this junk DNA. What we call it is your soul data bank. Your DNA is your soul. One strand of DNA is your entire soul. It is your 12-story building, and it is that which is you. Everything stored within your DNA makes who you are. By allowing individuals to go through the entire building or through their entire consciousness, they're able to pull in all of the information from all their other lifetimes and thereby live heaven on earth. We've left you. Do you even answer the question? I think so. I don't know. All right, sweet. Okay, nice. They're continuing to show pictures. That everybody in here except for like 3 people are like DNA activator people. So just by what they're saying is just by
like working with someone, like say, Kate, you're doing like your shamanic stuff or whatever, your frequency is that which you'll attract people that are the state of consciousness just below you. So it'll be like, why am I attracting a bunch of energy vampires? Like, you know, but it's because in order to go to a higher state of consciousness, you have to like either be touched by or intended by someone that's at a higher state of consciousness and pulled up. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a pendulum never swings further than it was unless you push it. It feels like. So like you're one of them, but it's like when I do the attunements, I literally drop into your guys' field and I like touch the head and you go like up. So it's like you're up higher. It doesn't mean that people are going to stay up. They'll drop back down, but it won't feel as comfortable as it was when they were there before. They'll be like, oh, it's like living in a swamp, getting pulled out and showered, and then going back to the swamp, and you're like, does it stink around here, anyone? And everyone's like, oh, you think you're too good now. That's like after a Reiki class, they're like, oh, look at who thinks she's too good, you know? So yeah, Anna, I would just start reading books. There's lots of books on DNA activation, but there's a lady who charges an arm and a leg that does DNA activation. I'll try and find it and I'll post it on my website. I took this class from this lady and she had a bird chirping in the background the whole time. I was like, are you freaking joking me? I spent $500 on this class. And it was like, ah, ah, like the whole time, like a parrot, you know? So I couldn't even watch the whole thing. But then I like read the energy on it and it was pure dark energy like coming out of it, all the codes and everything. The thing about the like 11, 11, 12, 12, all that, the guides want you guys to ask every single morning for the next week to be given a sign that you're counseled with you. And when you're given that sign, what's going to happen is you're going to start receiving messages. You're opening up. Because if you're saying like, give me a message, you're like looking for it, you know, and you're blocking it, okay? So by saying like, okay, guys, give me a sign that you're here or whatever, you're just saying I'm here, not messages. But by seeing something, you'll be like, oh my God, that's it. I just got a sign. And then boom, it's in your field. That's pretty cool. I have people block messages all the time. It's so frustrating being a preschool teacher, like intuition preschool teacher. The people that just started, I'm not seeing. I'm like, yes, you totally are. One day it's going to click and you're going to go, oh, okay, I get it. It's not really seeing. Well, it is for Margie, but nobody sees like that. Thank God. She's like, one time I woke up and she helped me with my book in the beginning. And it was funny. I woke up one night and she was doing this. Like astrally, like she was like, and I wrote to her, I said, what are you doing? She goes, oh, I just saw something in your energy. I'm like, dude, I think you're naked, remember? Isn't the astral plane like naked? I know, but for some reason I saw her, she was naked in the astral plane. I was like, nice, all right. The naked astral traveler. So funny. Anyway. Huh? Yeah, she's blind to the ear. There goes my clothes. So anyways, alrighty. So we did a few, good. We did some readings. They want to read Janice, but we're done. We're done. Okay, fine, last one. Okay, but this is kind of for everyone. So this is the fake Metatron. Does anyone communicate with Metatron? Who? You do? Okay, so have you ever seen the fake one? His like arm falls off. Literally. Like his arm falls off. Oh, it's because of the mirror. Ah, I get it. It was like, it's almost like one side of him like falls off. So Metatron is here, and I always thought Metatron was kind of like a fallen like being because there's the fake one. This is like the real energy, and it's coming in like this, like a, no wonder you did, it's like coming in like this, and it's coming around everyone. So it says the new earth has dawned upon us. Begin to know and realize that the next week will be frustrating. It will be annoying for many of you, and this is why we brought in these lower astral plane messages to you, because the shift of consciousness that is occurring in those that do not know that it's a shift will begin to bring about a sense of narcissism in others, like they only care about themselves. But this is not the case. What is happening is they're being put into their body for the first time in a very long time. They do not know themselves. They do not know what they feel like. They do not know who they are. So they will be projecting upon others. And all of you are healers, therefore mirrors for other individuals, more so than others would be for them. So please remain patient. Please remain calm and use the teachings in which we have taught to you. Just say, counsel, get in here. Take me up above this. Because many of these will be the people that you love, and you'll feel as if they're acting differently. Please know and understand that you are all catalysts for change. You are all here as conductors of energy, bringing this about to your families. Please try to stay uninvolved with their shifts and changes. Do not get sucked into the drama. If you feel as if you're needing to get sucked into the drama, just don't. Because what we want to say into you is everyone is shifting, everyone is changing, and the world is going to begin to take a different shape and a different form now that the planet has actually shifted. We have talked about it for 27 years, and it has happened. We are in a new age indeed, and many will try to stay and hang on to anger. They'll try to hang on to pain. They will say, oh no, pain, my best friend, it makes people love me. No, this is not the case anymore. Understand that you're all embodied within your true self now. If you say unto yourself, where is the 5D earth? You will feel it beneath you. If you feel it to the side, say, take me over to my higher self, and you will feel it beneath you. The astral plane is beginning to become a plane of the past. However, since there is no time, it is very easy to get sucked into worry and pain and fear of the past, fear of the future, and therefore take you into that state. Each of you are all creator beings now, aligned with your divine truth. Make 3 goals and set a precedent for your guides. I want these all done this week. That's it. Done. Thank you. Make them doable, of course. However, if you write down these 3 goals this week, we can guarantee as long as you stay within your 5D body, you will create these things and miracles will begin to happen. And yes, that means you too, Janice. We bless you and we love you and we bid you adieu. Elmora, yes, thank you. There's like roses flying at him. Can you see him, Margie? Why is he doing that? He's like, yes, thank you. But he's got like the, you know, like the bell-shaped, like, is he a wizard? Right? He looks like it's, no, he's not a wizard, but he dresses and he acts like a goofy. Theatrical. Yes, theatrical, thank you. Is he wearing eyeliner? He is, isn't he? You saw him too? I'm like, is that eyeliner? Is that a real? He says, I'm real. He's like poking at himself. Are you the real one? Oh, he's a creation at Elmore. Elmoria's there, so that's his like astral self that he like does funky things in, like dancing. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I see all the real us's and all the real cinemasters like outside this huge Hunger Games thing, and they're all like looking into the Hunger Games, and they're like pushing little buttons and pulling little levers, and they're like appearing like to us that are inside the Hunger Games. You know, like how it looks real, and they're like appearing to us as them communicating, but they're having to drop like a puppet down to talk to us because we can't get out to our real self. That's really cool. They say, yes, thank you, that's Earth. It's the Hunger Games. It feels like the Hunger Games. Come on, drop us down at, what is it, a sponsor. You need a sponsor. You need a sponsor. You saw what?
I've been getting that image of the countdown.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I saw actual today when me and my dad tomorrow we're doing a skeptic guide to Jesus with my dad and Bill. I know, right? I'm so excited. We're meeting here at 11. I'm going to tape some of it and put some of it on like Facebook or something because I'm like, Bill, you're not allowed to bully. Bill bullies because he doesn't believe in Jesus. My dad loves Jesus. So they're going to be like, rah, 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 both oxes. They're like born 10 days apart. But my dad's going to ask questions and then Bill's going to ask questions and I'm going to go into trance. But I'm so excited. But today I saw Jesus standing above my house and he had a little puppet thing and he had dropped down like a little tiny Jesus. And I was like, hey, that's the Jesus I used to always see that I thought was huge. So I've gone from like in the Hunger Games thing to being able to be out here after my breathwork class. I mean, if I arrange for the breathwork girl to come here, would you guys be interested in doing something on a Wednesday night? Yeah? Okay. We could do it like downstairs. She does one on her own, but like we were like filled up last week and I was like, if I told everyone, let's go to breathwork, it'd be like, everybody was shoved into that room. So I'm thinking that I'll arrange it and see if she wants to come and lead it because it's amazing. It's like, the only embarrassing thing is they make you scream. It's embarrassing. like, hey, everyone scream, but you put like a washcloth in your mouth. But really, you do, like when you scream, you're like, bleh, like everything comes out of you. It's the weirdest thing. I was like, I'm not screaming. I'm not going to do it. The second time I went, I was like, ah! And I was like, ooh, good. I screamed, and then like the first time I did it, I just started like bawling, crying after like 2 minutes. Everyone else was like, and I'm like, Marissa, you're doing this for attention. You know, like I'm like talking to myself, you're doing this for attention. You need attention at all costs. So you're crying so everyone will pay attention. I'm like, no, I'm really not. I swear to God, I'm actually really crying. Like I'm going back and forth, like arguing with myself. I was really crying, and it was like letting stuff go. And I've never felt, I feel like I'm 11 again. Like I just feel like I was saying, or no, more like 15, or 16. Like I said, I was date raped when I was 16, and I think that like most of me left. So I came back. It's really cool. You guys will love it. Yes.
I was just gonna say that's because when you through sound, movement, or breath, that's how you release your emotions.
Interesting. Huh. So me dancing with Madison's good then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only person I can dance, because I'm like so uncoordinated. If I catch myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, so ashamed. But I'm like, wow. I want to learn how to dance your way. She does what's it? It's like, it's pole dance.
It's pole dance movement.
Yeah.
It's different than any other type of pole dance stuff because it's not a routine. You learn the movement, and then after a while your body just takes over. So you can turn on music and your body can move.
My body doesn't rhythm like that. It'd be like on the floor. I'd fall over. That's interesting. Anyways, all right. Well, let me just make sure you guys are grounded. So since in the theme of the astral plane, let's just imagine a big tree dropping down, not Prego back there. You stay where you're at. You're grounded. I grounded you really well, like energetically, but consciously, let's just leave you on the tree. You're better up there because you're worried down here, and everything's going to good. Feels like a 3-hour labor. Is that what your last one was? So 3 hours then, huh? It's not going to be a C-section, though. I don't know.
I've been asking her if I could.
Well, let's just set the intention there, because the doctors like to plan it like that. Don't even get me started. Anyways, okay, so let's just ask that our grounding tree come in. And this is actually our higher self, but we're going to see it as a tree. Any kind of tree. It's going to drop down through your head, down through your neck, your shoulders, your chest, all the, oh, made me hiccup. All the way down through your entire body, so that the trunk is like going through your legs, down through your feet, and it's going to land about 6 or 7 inches beneath the ground. And then just bring all of your attention awareness and just kind of feel like you're that tree, like you're feeling the trunk, you're feeling the branches up top, you're feeling down, and then drop down to where your feet are, where the bottom of the tree is. And just kind of imagine roots growing into the soil, pulling up all the nutrients. There we go. And as those nutrients come up through the roots, they're going to enter in through your feet, go up your legs, your knees, your thighs. There we go. Up through your hips, your lower abdomen, play button, upper abdomen, your chest. And we're just going to ask that everybody be placed within their heart space now and know what it feels like to be in their true, authentic heart space. There we go. Whew. There we go. And allow the energy to come up past your heart, through your shoulders, your neck. And let's just ask if there's any pains that people have been having, any annoying little pains or headaches or anything like that because of the shift of the planet. Let's just ask that those things be dissolved now. There we go. And bring that energy up through your throat, your head. And you are now a tree. You guys have an amazing week, and I will likely see you guys next week. We may not have class, but we may. I haven't figured it out yet because I'm going up to San Jose for a possible Yeah, so it's just like, oh man, yeah. So anyways, I may or may not be in class next week. If I took advantage of the situation, there'll be no class. But if I didn't, then there will be class. I am so I was feeling so materialistic, and I was like, you know what? My body is my soul. Like our body is our last layer of our soul. And if you look in the mirror, and even if you work out like all the time, and it's just like, that's just, you know, like, oh my God, what happened to me? It's 40. It's being 40, huh?
I think that came back after.
Geriatric pregnancy is what my doctor called it.
Yeah. A really old goat when you have kids.
A really old goat. But really, like for the doctor to say geriatric pregnancy, they called you geriatric too? That's not very nice. And I'm not big into like not wanting to be, like I'm actually proud that I'm 40 and I don't look like 40. Like I'm like, yeah, okay, I look like 5 years younger than I really look, and that's great. But when the doctor calls you geriatric and that your eggs are like freaking like mulched, or I can't remember what word he used, I was like, oh my God, I'm imagining like cobwebs in there and like quack, quack, and like pterodactyls flying around or something like Oh man, no, I told the lady that came over to our house, I was talking to her and I was like, yeah, I didn't want to have kids until they told me I couldn't have them. Since they said, oh no, you can't have kids, you have like 3 fibroids and you've got like all this stuff going on, I was like, oh yeah, mofos, I'm going to have a kid. And then as soon as I had her, I was like, what did I do? But now I have Madison and I love her. She's so cute. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to hang out around here and pick up and stuff like that. So if you have any questions about specifics, if anybody has any questions here, give me a hug, Margie. I haven't seen you in forever. I'm going to set the phone down, guys. I will come back over here in like about, just let me say bye to everyone. Not everyone, but a couple people that I haven't seen in like ever. And then I'll come back over here. Probably take my phone with me in the car and answer questions that way. But give me like 5 minutes, and plus I have to go to the bathroom. I will go through the questions on the chat, and that's where I kind of get, we'll start getting questions I need to answer on like Facebook Live. So if you have questions, definitely write them there. Not personal ones, like, you know what I mean. Look at everybody else. You know how like you are the next through yours. I can say that you're you ever get the after that you're look at everyone else you want to be in there they're not using okay. Me to the healer, you all here, we're like there, you're drawing or not going on, my kids shut it down, now my kids do not you know, but they my son really shut it all together. Even I get it, you're scared, but it's okay. Yeah, the twin, but you're already in the same stuff. Like usually before in their astral bodies. Yeah, remember that's why you're like, yeah. That's in flesh. You're in your astral. Oh, you were too. You're in your astral body. You don't know you're in your astral body. You're trying to connect with your real self. You're connecting with that. Oh, that kaleidoscope. I'm picturing they're all like, you want to try to remember what it was like. That's why I get rid of my hate. You're like, well, I mean, it's so bad. I know, right? But it's working me being really fast. Oh, now I got that.
Yeah, you better hear that. It hasn't decided. Haven't decided. But I would say it'll help you understand some of that.
Well, I mean, I don't like. I'm happy with my opinion.
It's like I'm oh my God, it's very funny.
But I totally believe in it. There's the one that told me, because there's that fear, the holistic, she couldn't recommend the whole thing. She said it needs to be like a positive one. I got the oil, we just rub it on. Tumor thing. Try to rub it on the down. Or you need to die. You need a little. Right. Yeah. And now that it's she wanted me to make it. I'm like, so it's like, I don't know what. My friend goes back there and I went trying to figure out. Perfect. There's 4 to 1. They don't go in here on 5 to 1 anymore. And they worked a little bit too extreme. For 24 pills, 4 or 5. Like I had to find something more affordable. I might have some tincture, but it wouldn't be right. Anyway, but it is nice. Yeah. But definitely for the pet. Okay. For tumors, especially. Okay.
I just say writing.
But I want to see your window. I'll just shoot up. I mean, I get my daughter,
freaking out and she walked
that's one of the cool things about like all the people. I'm like, I'm not on this level, but everyone else is.
How to take a picture. Somebody believes that the answer to that to them, and then she's turned back. It wouldn't be like, you're going to get so fast. You know, like that. Literally, I think they're creating it. It's like a, it looks like a poster.
Yeah, all right. You're paying me now, and look. I was looking, I'm like, suppose the picture. You can buy them? What are they? Well, the bottom part, she said you got them from Germany, or something? Yeah, I think so. I didn't realize I only take a picture. I thought you could wear it or take it out. Yeah, or just have it blank.
Let me figure it out. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. We'll figure it out.
The struggles light up. And then you put some square ones. You put a picture in there. Square ones from. Someone online. Clothing. Yeah.
Pop goes the third eye. Good weasel. Good for you. Look at you. You're like sweating, like, woo!
Do you have the brushes this time?
Okay, the stars are seriously, I don't remember how much they cost, so I can't sell them yet. I have to wait. Because they're probably ridiculously expensive. I can't remember how much they were. I had to have them shipped from Germany.
Okay.
But they're the ones.
Okay.
They're the ones. Can you feel them?
Yeah, let us know when you find out.
Yeah, here, I'll save them for you. You two want one for sure, so I'll save them for you because I know there's two that are like, I want them. Like, no one wants the hearts, no one wants these, but I can get all the time. Everybody wants the stars, of course.
I know.
Because they clear the kids, and it's only the stars that feel that way. You put them on you, and it's like, and I'm just like, okay, is it because I believe that it's doing that, or does it really do that, and it's just really doing it? Like, look, they're sucking in the energy over there. They're like, we clean everything. Right. So, yeah, I'll know my next week because I have them shipped from Germany, and I don't know how much they cost, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
Here, do you want me to like take one right now, and then we can just figure out. And if it's like way too much, then you just get back to me.
Yeah, take it right now. I'm fine with it. I want to buy your book.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I think that's $10. Oh, you're gonna like that book. Write something somewhere. Okay, good. You'll remember that guy is. I'll remember that. You'll remember. I trust you 100%. But make sure you write down what you want in these and pop the back off, and then once you write that down in there. Oops, sorry. The way you use it is like, say, like, watch. What's something that you want? Red Ferrari. I'm kidding. Yeah. Like a red convertible. How about the house? Okay, so the house is in there. So just feel what it feels like, and then say, this represents the house that I want, and see if it shifts.
Yeah, this is strong. I like this.
And then just say clear, and it's going to clear the house that you want negative energy. Like it's just see, clearing it. So just clear it out like your manifestation, and it's like, so you're buying a house.
I'm trying to find a house.
We're gonna find one soon. You weren't finding it because you weren't looking where you don't want to live. Like it's like almost like it's like a place like right next to where you don't want to live, but it's like not there.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like right outside of it. So technically in your mind you're like, well, at least it's not like Carlsbad, whatever, and but it's like right there, and it's like your dream house. Are you moving up the office?
No. I'm actually my parents moved in with me, and they want to live in Rancho Santa.
That's
don't want to be in Rancho Santa.
I want to be in this area. I like the lagoon. That's what I'm saying. Carlsbad by the lagoon. All right. That's what I see. It's like the lagoon or something like that. Like over by, I keep seeing the water. I could see the water over in Del Mar.
Del Mar is one of the places I'm looking too. I mean, I'm looking.
I see the round lagoon. Either it's by dog park, dog store, or it's Carlsbad, the one where I see the angels standing out there. I laughed so hard because the water back there kept going blue.
I know.
Every time I would clear her energy, the water back there would go blue like that, and Saint Germain's like, water breaking. And I'm like, shut up, dude. I know, I'm sorry. I dropped into your field, and I was like, you're going to clear, and it went blue, and I went, but then, like, the me over here heard it, the me over there heard it, and then Saint Germain's like, like, oh my God, you're annoying. I love him, though. He's funny. All right, well, good luck. Make sure, will you, what's it called? Do you have my number? Here, take it, will you text me, because I want to see, I'm just curious, because I always do this with I haven't had anybody text me. I've had like 5 friends that had babies in the last year. You want to? Yeah, give me 25. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much. Like after you
you told me I went to, well, you did a Reiki like 3 times on me when I was pregnant with my last baby. And you told me that she wasn't Parker.
Do you have Astral 7 Street?
No.
Which one? No.
Yeah. The second time I me and my mom went.
That was my second one. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And you like told me almost exactly the same.
Okay, so I'm gonna get that one.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I was like, of course. I
like that one, and I would use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I was
Okay,
like,
perfect.
okay,
Thanks.
like, thank you so much.
Yes.
I with this baby and
You won't be able to put it down.
Lisa, can you tell them that I'll be right here? Or that, oh, you hung it up. Are you guys here still? Are you guys here? Hopefully they are. Got hung up. My fingerprint is down there. I think they're still on here. Yeah, hopefully they're still, I think they're still on here. Okay, good. Hold on, guys. I'm just looking at a baby soul real quick. So hold on. Can I put my hand on your stomach? Oh my goodness, it's party time. Dun, 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 dun. Baby's like dancing, party time. Okay, so it's a her, right? Okay, so she is coming, she's embodying in 3 days. Okay, I want you to imagine a, oh, that's what that's with the disco ball. So imagine a disco ball, like you're at the right side of a, it's not an equilateral triangle, it's a, you know, it's longer, isosceles triangle, yeah. So you're at the tip, and then about 45-degree angle back, there's like this disco ball, and then that's shooting down like a beam of light, and that's like the real you, and the real you is projecting that creates you, okay? So that's like the triangle. And then, though you up in the triangle, it's just kind of watching the one at the top. So it's you on all 3 sides. But then your baby is in your field, so I see her like maybe a few inches in front of you. And there's another triangle, but her triangle's bigger, so you're actually in her soul. You know what I mean? Like it's interesting. Let me see. So it goes up. Oh, she's a square. Hold on, let's see. See, this is why I wanted you to text me, because this is so interesting. So she's a square, and you're within. Oh, it's that stupid mirror again. You know, like you're like half the triangle. So she says, I've already embodied, for we are the same soul. Oh, you guys are the same soul. So everything that you've ever loved about yourself, she'll be like 10 times more. Anything that's ever irritated you, that's that. However, loving like the most adorable little being in the world, you know, is going to be a lot easier than loving ourselves for our downfalls. She says that she's going to be, so there's Parker. His mom. Oh, girl, you're going to have another one?
I keep telling my husband that, and he's like,
okay, so check it out. So Parker is literally standing over to your, I don't know, so if I'm you, he's standing to the right, but right now as I look at you, he's over to your left, and he's just sitting there laughing, and he says, if only you knew what we have gone through to come down. He says that you've been through a lot, but that you get negative within you, and you get all stressed, and you start worrying, and he's literally an angel. He has like angel wings. And I'm not saying like, oh, he's, you know, past that he's an angel with wings. He's literally an angel with wings. I'm asking him, he says he's the Dominion, he says he's a creator angel. He says that a piece of him is coming down now. That he will be her, like, basically like they're the same soul. They're the twins.
You told me that him and his twin had the same.
Yeah.
They had shared.
Yeah. But this one right here is the same as him. So I think that I maybe thought that the one that was already alive was his twin. I think that these two right here. So he is basically coming down, and if you don't have any more, then he's here. But if you have another, then he fully embodies that, and it'll be a boy. Girl, I have Hunter hopping on my head. How do you think I feel? I'm 40, and I just have 2 babies, and I'm going for my, where's the mute button?
Mommy makeover.
You know, I'm
In
right
hopes
there
that I
with
don't get
you.
pregnant again.
You know, that shut it down, are they still on there?
Yeah, they're still here. Yeah. So anyways, but no, everything's gonna be okay. It feels like 3 days, and then it also feels, what I keep saying is 3 days or 10 days.
It's like labor, or like, what do you mean?
Like, I see you standing over the crib looking at her like goo goo gaga. 10 days. Let me see. I am you in 10 days. I'm not pregnant in 10 days. Watch, do this. Say I am my I am, go into your heart, and then say I am me in 5 days and see what you feel like. I feel like you're pregnant.
I almost feel like I'm
In
the
labor.
hospital. Like
Yeah,
in
you
the
are.
hospital.
I am me in 6 days.
When you said 5 days, I felt like I was already like in my room with her.
Yeah.
Like she was already born.
6 days, your stomach feels a lot more deflated. 5 days, you feel like it's almost like there's like an embryo hanging out of you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like you're giving birth.
Seems like, yeah.
So that's what I did when I was pregnant. I was like, I am me in a week. I'm me in 2 weeks. I'm me in 3 weeks. And you can do that. Watch this. I am me in 3 years.
Getting a mommy makeover. Okay.
Get the mommy makeover. It'll stop you because you'll waste the money, and then you'll be like, I can't get pregnant again. Stretch all my skin out. Anyways, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna do me. So text me afterwards because I want to see and I want to congratulate you and get my number. I don't know where my
I'll give her your number.
Okay, guys. Isabel, do you want to facilitate just maybe getting the questions from people since the computer got shut down, and then just
Be scrubbing in the house clearing.
yeah.
So they decided today. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do them all afterwards. I didn't do the heavy scrubbies in the house clearings because I was in my higher self, but after class I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do them all. I did some of them and it was taking too long.
Is this still you?
Yep, that's me.
Okay.
Text me. Promise?
I will.
Okay. All right. Here, give me a hug. Oh yeah, it helps a lot. Of course, they're amazing chairs. You should get one. You'll like.
I would love to get one.
They're like, I got it off Amazon for $49. It's amazing.
Like, what do you look up?
Gamer chair. Gamer. It's a gamer chair. Yeah, I got it from the Mama Yurt had a bunch, and I got the ones that they had, and off the brand, and it was $89. And then I found some. They don't have they have this on the back. The other ones that are more expensive have all fur on the back. So depending on if you want to spend the extra $20 or not, I would have probably kept the one with the fuzz on the back, but I already returned them, so I'll probably order more with all the. But yeah, they're so comfortable. Yeah, no problem.
I can deal with that.
I know, right? Yay! I'm so glad you came. Mary's a bug. She's so sexy. She is.
Check out the show for kids.
No wonder Jesus couldn't turn her away. Kids scoop rocket? What is that?
Scoop chair.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna answer that question. Good to see you. Oh, that's fine. Just chill. Hang out. Isabel, you want to give me a couple questions, or should I log back on using the camera so I can see, or I'm hiding in the closet, literally in the closet right now. Yeah, I logged off. Okay, I'll log into the Zoom.
No.
Oh yeah, make sure that Poochie doesn't